Not Mickey Mantle.
He was my favorite baseball player.
He played baseball?
There's no Tom Gordon.
So I heard.
Who's Tom
Well, I
Gordon?
am not the girl who loved Tom Gordon.
I love that book, and I would kill anyone to protect it.
My favorite
book
baseball
is my
player was
favorite
Michael
Stephen King
Jordan.
book.
Did you say your favorite
Michael
book
Jordan
is Michael Jordan?
My favorite baseball player.
Oh.
I have
That's
his
slightly
White
better
Sox
than-
ball
That's
card.
it's technically a
No, it's true.
True
I know it's
positive
true.
statement.
I thought he said my favorite book is Michael Jordan, and I'm like,
Jeez.
I support you 100%, Topher.
My favorite baseball player is Tim Tebow.
Now that's
Oh man, we're
that's
all
unacceptable.
clustered up on the left side.
I did post this on the left side.
Twitch.
Oh.
Look at that! Look at that very beautiful logo that I slapped there down there in the middle,
Good job, Hunter.
making this look
I'm
official.
proud of you.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're live, and we're gonna get started. I wanna be. Oh wait, we can't sing that. Don't sing that. We just talked about that. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the official Zweihander RPG Twitch channel, where we are fiends and friends. That is us 5 individuals, and this
No one
is
else.
episode 14 of Scarlet Sash Stories.
No, I'm hard.
An actual play, long form Zweihander RPG campaign brought to you by Fiends and Friends in partnership with the Zweihander RPG people and the Grim and Perilous RPG publishing company.
And that kitty.
And that hideous animal that Cody
Yes.
is holding.
He's also lying, by the way. It's not the Scarlet Sash Stories. It's Heart and the Mean Girls.
It is
Sure.
Heart in the Mean Girls.
Accurate.
And if we ever like go to a con or something and do like a live play, we're absolutely calling it Heart in the Mean Girls.
I mean, yeah, and I'll dress up as a mean girl.
Well, yeah, we would do
Yeah.
costumes and everything.
How much is a
I
full set
want
of
to do
chainmail?
costumes with stuff anyway.
How much is a full suit of chainmail?
Yeah.
Jordan is pretty close to a full suit of chainmail. You would have to ask him.
You guys are like almost the same size, right?
Yeah,
so
I could
just
probably
kill
wear it.
Jordan.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Just kill Jordan. You've got a set of chainmail.
I think Jordan's a few inches taller than Cody, but I could be wrong.
That's fine.
A little
That'd
bit.
Still fit well
Yeah.
enough.
So yeah, we are here today with 4 of the mainline cast. Our newest player, Ignacio, is down almost as far in the southern hemisphere as you can possibly be, snowboarding and skiing in Argentina. And so he's busy doing really cool real life stuff.
Yep.
And so then we have, starting from the top, we have Nathan. And
That's me.
below him, Topher. And below Topher, an ugly cat. And below the cat is Chris. The person holding the cat is technically named Cody.
It's your boy.
Your boy Cody.
Dylan.
It's your boy
It's your
Dylan.
boy Dylan.
That's what they call me. My name's Cody, but I go by Dylan.
It's very weird.
Dylan the
Whoa.
villain.
Aggressive cat leap.
So we are gonna do a show for roughly 3 to 4 hours. I am exceptionally tired tonight, and I'm also like already losing my voice, which doesn't bode well for the next 4 hours of gameplay.
You just left.
I told you don't work the corner today.
I couldn't. I had to.
Well, he's also exceptionally sexy,
He's
so
got-
I
I
couldn't
can't.
help it.
I can't
He's
stay
gonna get
away.
me my money.
You can't egg on the mohawk. Come
Yeah.
on. You know better.
I have to step away at some point to deal with somebody who is delivering swords to me.
Oh, nice.
Swords?
Yeah.
Sick.
I think Chris is out to murder somebody.
That's one of the best things to step away for. So yeah, we'll play for about 3 or 4 hours. We'll do a bio break in the middle around 11 probably. And yeah, so stick around. It's going to be a good time. We just ended on a cliffhanger last Friday. So we've got some bad boys coming in to try and mess with our Sash bearers. And so we'll hit a recap of last episode. Are we always nominating Cody for that?
Oh, because I'm taking it this time.
All right. Nate's going to take
I like
it.
to, and everybody votes for Cody.
So, is this in character or not?
Cody never does it in character. Do I have to?
You don't have to.
Want me to do it in character? Because I'll do it in.
This is your choice.
You can.
Do it as
It's
Celine.
it's up to you.
Quite fun, but it is up to you.
It is quite fun as Celine. So, last time on Hart and the Mean Girls, as usual, Hart's running around with demons in the blood. I warned the captain, and he's going to look into it. Lillian did her thing with her congregation. I went and spied on it and shouted obscene things, as usual. Hart flirted hard with stupid quartermaster lady, and Jesus Christ, there's some sexual tension going on. They just need to fuck, but they keep talking like they're gonna duel or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they'll like.
I just wanted new armor.
Yeah, and to bang down hard.
I don't even know if Hart wanted to bang down, but she was putting on the moves pretty strong, and I don't even know if Hart knows what's going on, but you know, whatever. It's the demons. They're probably mind controlling him. Let's see. Nab, whatever. That chick who fucking hates me. I can't remember how to pronounce her name.
I fucking hated you.
You basically hate me. Straight up, you hate me. She dealt with her mantis things and got all pissy and yelling at them, and they ate that shit up. Apparently, they're masochistic and like being treated like dirt. You know, I can respect that though, but to each their own. Lillian did her thing. I talked to the captain. I flirted with the captain. Oh, we were getting ready to hop on our. Was there anything else major that I didn't touch on for any of that?
The captain's wife has it out for you.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. That's coming up.
I sent a letter as well.
Yeah, Lillian sent a letter because what the hell did you send a letter to? I forget. I can't remember.
It was a
I don't-
mysterious
yeah,
letter.
You were not told.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. She sent a mysterious letter. Ooh, spooky. I should have tried to steal it and read it first. Oh well.
I send this off into the night and I whip my cape as I turn around, and then just outside the wall there's just like him with a slingshot, like
Slingshot? No, there's just a little white
magic missile.
White bolt that's and it just explodes.
You're just like, I wonder what this is. Well, this doesn't fucking mean anything to me.
Yeah.
Right. So I decided to send a letter of my own to the captain, telling him that when I get back, I hope I get have a meeting with him in his bedroom. Well, it turns out when we went to go board the ship, the captain's wife was there, and she handed me my letter back. Bitch has it out for me. I think she's just crazy. And so, there's a whole big send-off. Everyone excited. Bulldog Man was there. I got to make fun of him as usual, because as is customary, he's a piece of shit, and we hate him because he's racist, and he's just a piece of shit. So, let's see. We got onto the airship, it took off, all that fun stuff. We were given our harnesses so we don't fall off. I think somebody's gonna fall off. I'm smart though. I'm up in the crow's nest, because that's where it's safe.
Yeah, the highest point and most narrow of all the places to be.
And that's where I am too.
Yes.
She's got the right idea. Not a
When I
fan
think
of it. She gets
stability,
it.
I think tall and narrow.
I've got a cannon.
I've forgotten my accent again.
Hart is manning his cannon. And we were flying along in was it the captain or somebody spotted an airship in the distance, so I kept track of it with my witch sight because it was emanating magic because of the freaking engine thing.
Yeah.
I can't call it.
The drive.
I forget what they call it. The drive. So, because I'm thinking of other things that are not technically so, and then it spotted us and came cruising at us, and we couldn't escape. And then little black dots in the distance started pouring from it. It turns out to be the giant flying demon babies that everybody drew and we named, and somebody loves them. And then there's a Kirby, and we're ready to get some bread, and it's about to go down.
Yeah. So these things are called Fodderlings.
Demon babies.
Yeah. And so they are little, like, reptilian monster things that tend to follow around orcs.
We also brought some reinforcements.
Yeah.
We did. I forgot about that. We brought that stupid bitch who caught me.
Yeah.
Fuck her. I hope she falls.
No.
And then there was the cool halfling guy. He was cool. He jumped out a window. He flopped the second time, but that's okay. We still banged. There's the guy with the gun. There's another lady. They're not as important because I don't remember them. I remember the bitch who caught me and the cool halfling.
You remember the guy with the gun?
I said I remember the guy with the gun, but that's it. He was the guy with the gun.
Yeah, and the girl with the sledgehammer.
Sure, she had a sledgehammer. That was totally not memorable to me.
Whoa. Brutal.
Yeah, really, actually, kind of hurtful.
Look, that's actually a good thing, because she could be the bitch who tried to kill me.
Well, she isn't. Isn't that one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she's in a better place than the other one.
But I like that one.
I know you do, Lillian. You like weird shit.
I might like her because she tried to kill.
Probably. You're kind of a bitch.
Whoa.
Now we're getting real personal.
Getting real hurtful, real fast.
No one ever said I was a good person.
That's true.
That is actually literally true. Nobody has ever said that.
No one has,
Exactly.
and likely ever will. So,
I hope not. I have a reputation to uphold.
All right, so we're drawing some tokens to designate your other 4 sash bearers, and then I'm gonna make Rosette, the captain. She's gonna be a square, just to like help denote her as different. So she's gonna be up here, captaining, and then
Captain, my captain.
Since you guys are already in the crow's nest, we'll have Colic down here with Heart. He's also a square. Actually, he needs to be a different color square and slightly smaller.
Slightly smaller.
All right. Yeah. So, good recap. The scene as it is now, where we left off. You guys are trying to make a sweeping turn past this weird, decrepit, damaged-looking airship that's like billowing smoke and like sitting in the air at a weird cockeyed angle under its envelope. And it spotted you somehow. Something on there did. And in the distance, there is a veritable cloud of these little, like, 2.5 foot tall, ball-shaped Fodderling things with bat wings flapping the distance towards you as the airship is barreling down upon you. So we're going to start playing some thematic music.
Hell yeah. And we can, because Hunter has the rights to it.
Yeah, start playing some RuneScape boat music.
Let me make sure that's going through. Yes. Sweet.
Can you turn that up a little bit, though?
I can turn that up a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's my jam.
So yeah. We're not going to enter initiative order quite yet. Because you guys are still sort of have some time as this, we'll clear some space up here. Not that I don't like the bread, but, we'll just...
That's fine.
We're gonna move
just
it.
delete it. It doesn't need to be there.
That's okay. I wanted to give you a chance to keep it, but
I don't care.
Keep this totally unnamed, indistinguishable character. We'll move him over there. So we'll say just generally that Right now, the cloud of Fodderlings is sort of approaching almost parallel, or sorry, almost perpendicular. If this sort of circle represents the cloud, it's obviously much bigger than that.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good ways off. So Rosette at the helm, she shouts down to Hart, and she says, "You know how to use that thing, right?"
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him.
And she'll say, "All right." Did I unclicked the loop because I'm dumb. She's
Celine will yell down and be like, "Does the mortar work? How do you use it?"
and she shouts up, sort of muffled by the enormous envelope between.
Yeah.
And she says, "If you don't know how to use it, don't touch it."
Man, she said use it.
That's what I heard. Yep, wrong accent.
It's all right.
You'll get there. You'll get
Yeah,
there.
accents.
Have a few more
I mean-
drinks.
Yeah, accent doesn't
Yeah.
exist. And I think Lillian, you're still below Dex, right? You're literally like
No, I'm like right next to
the tower.
mast.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just like latched onto it and like
Yeah.
I'm like used this bag. I'm not getting out of this chair. Nope.
Nope, not
That's
getting
very-
out of
that's
this
very
chair.
fair.
Gets carried off in the chair.
Have any tumblers?
Fucking love that shit.
So she will shout to Hart. I'm gonna make this token size real quick.
Do these things fly? Like actually?
Yeah, they have literal bat wings and they are flying through the air, somewhat like haphazardly. It's
Are
not.
these like enormous wings then? Because like, are they like proportional to what they would need to be?
Yeah, they're like pretty proportional. They're like big.
Oh, God.
It's like if you picture, like a big ball of an animal.
Yeah.
with wings
this is like
coming
a
up.
20-foot wingspan or something.
Well, no, these things are only like 2.5 feet.
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh.
It's not enormous, but they're
Oh,
big
they're only 2
wings.
feet tall?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're
Yeah.
like what, like a 6-foot wingspan?
Yeah,
then?
something like that. Like a big goose or like an albatross or something like that.
Yeah, like albatross size.
Do these
Yeah.
have boneless wings? Do these guys like hollow bones? Are they boneless bones?
So you surmise from your extensive biological knowledge that since their wings are more mammalian than avian, they're probably not hollow bones.
Wow.
And you
No
just
one
know
said it was
that
efficient.
you just know that off the top of your head.
I just had one idea, but it's not gonna work. So
What idea could possibly be thwarted by not having hollow bones?
no.
Okay.
My idea was if they were being propelled through the air, like it's like, oh yeah, they've got like little wings, but like it's like actually magic that's like letting them fly.
Oh, okay.
Then I could be like, dispel.
Oh, Jesus. Just watch them start falling from
That
the
would
sky.
be that would be very funny, but I
Hunter thought you were going scientific. He was
I
gonna be like, "Hit me
100%
with your plan." Mr.
yeah, I was
I'm
like,
100% gonna
Right.
try and like cast dispel on the engine when we get closer. Like,
sure.
How far
assuming that we
is?
could put a hole through the hole, I guess.
Right, a hole through the hole.
How far
There's a
is
hole in the
what?
bottom of the hole.
I'm curious as to how far dispel magic actually goes.
Anything you can see.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
just like magic missile.
So like literally, if you
Lamb
do have
dizzle.
dispel,
Yeah, I've got dispel.
so I don't know if it'll happen, but just because it could allow us to absolutely fuck Hunter. If you can see a hole to the engine, you might be able to dispel the engine and send it.
That would
out
be
of the
very funny.
I do just want to fuck Hunter, and not in the fun way.
Way to
Aw.
give away our metagaming. God, Jody.
I should have PM'd that to Nate.
Yeah.
You should have. That would
No,
have
it's
been wild.
alright.
Hunter would have been like, why did I give a hole?
No, I support all of these stupid ideas. So,
Stupid because they'll never work.
or will they? Rosette
Okay.
shouts to the front where Hart is. She instructs Colic to help you load. And she says you should hit him. I'm gonna trying to bring us around to bring your gun to bear. You should hit him with either a explosive shot or a canister shot. And you see in the boxes at your feet, there are a variety of shells aligned in their own little separate containers. Some of them are like solid shot. There's ones that look like, stacked canisters with large like ball bearing shot. And you know which is which since you have experience with this. And so she has sort of let that decision up to you. You know that the explosive shot is going to have a little bit more range, but is going to require more effort on your part to both prime the fuse correctly and then fire it like in the midst of the cloud to get the effect, versus the canister shot has less range, but it's basically point and shoot because it's a giant shotgun. And she shouts up to Nabeen and she says, if you have to use the mortar, you should be using the explosive shells. And you do not have the luxury of canister shot. You are stuck with either solid shell or explosive shell. And all of you feel beneath your feet as she like slams one of the levers forward and like hard cranks one of the valves. And
oh man.
Let me see if I can get this physics right. This propeller, this little air screw, flips 180 degrees, and so now the propeller is pointing this way and is pointing air, and so the ship is slowly, you can hear like all of the boards from the front to the back like creak and like resettle as the whole ship is like flexed by this motion. What's his face? Nesgrin, your companion, who is not here but is here.
We'll take care of the barrels.
He begins instructing the four other sash bearers. He runs down and he's handing out rifles and shot and everything. And so the other four sash bearers, Jolie, Halora, Halal, and the cool one.
Yep.
I thought I was gonna be able to remember. Let me get my paper real quick. Borwin, yep. They all line up semi-professionally. You can tell that like maybe two of them know how to use rifles or muskets, but they all basically line up against the railing of the ship and begin like volley firing way off into the distance. And it's not clear how effective it is right now, because it's still a good ways off, but they are beginning to try and thin the herd, as it were.
Do we have any sort of like grape shot or like netted or weighted nets or anything like that?
So unfortunately there are no, especially up in the crow's nest with the mortar, there's no
I
grape.
just meant in general.
So Hart at the cannon has grape shot. Okay. He's got big canister shells that have the little ball bearings. He has chain shot, but no like net shells or anything like that. So Hart has two good options and two not great options. The good ones being grape shot, explosive shell. The bad ones being solid and chain, because those are much more for actual like ships and stuff like that, whereas you just have solid and explosive. And so she, Rosette, is bringing you guys around slowly, and for those of you who are kind of just like watching this unfold, it's absolutely like one of those, like watching a train approaching a car stopped on the train tracks sort of thing. Where you're like, oh, are we gonna come around in time, or because this cloud of monsters is growing larger and larger, and you hear the sort of panicked reloading and firing of the four Sash bearers.
How long does it seem like we have until these things like manage to close in on us?
So as we advance time sort of unofficially here.
Yeah.
Please let me grab the whole thing.
Is it like minutes or?
Yeah, it looks like pretty soon, a few-ish minutes, the first of the cloud is gonna reach your ship.
Okay.
And I actually didn't quite draw this perfectly. Let's
I just discovered an ability that I've had since I made this character that would have been very cool to have.
Oh, that you've never used?
I've never used, but it'll take way too long to do.
Okay. What is it?
Rituals.
The Ritual of Blessed Sacrament, which is a really basic ritual that I've been able to cast forever.
Okay.
I can make things like true holy artifacts, and
Oh,
I can
nice.
actually, I don't know if Nate would be able to use it, but I can make like 3 holy artifacts, and using them, they get, like, they resist 1 corruption every time that they like fail or like anytime they like charge a spell or whatever.
Oh, nice.
You can make the bucket.
The holy bucket.
The holy bucket.
Yep.
Bet
Yep.
the holy bucket.
So you are all watching as the airship struggles to come round to bear. I'm trying to like give a little indication here. I'm not doing a great job. But we'll say like 15 minutes roughly, sort of gauging from what you guys have been watching as they're approaching. And so it's gonna be basically up to Rosette at this point as to how much time you have with the guns full bear. And if anybody wants to begin doing something else while the guns are coming around, you can. Like if Celine wants to start magic missiling or whatever.
No, I'm gonna wait until they're actually
Okay. And
close and deal with when they come closer.
as
So,
you see them approaching, the sash bearers here, they're slowly like pacing around to this like forward like fucking, you know, boat terms, Chris.
Would you like some help?
Yeah.
They're headed up on the forecastle towards the bowsprit.
Yeah, the bow. The bow is the front, right?
Yes, the bow is the front.
Yeah, so they're on this like,
Stern is the back.
yeah, this
The
front.
stick that's coming out is called the bowsprit.
The starboard bow.
Yeah, no. Yes, no. Right
It's
side
right.
is
It's starboard.
right side is starboard,
Left side
right?
is larboard. Don't question me on this.
No,
I didn't-
port, dummy.
Larboard is archaic, but it is
Yeah, and
also
we're
it
in
was larboard
archaic
before it was port.
times.
And so they are adjusting as the angle of the ship changes, firing into this cloud, and they're actually having pretty good effect. Let's just hit some dice for them just to see. Why is this taking 1,000 years to roll? Please roll. It says rolling the dice. Are you?
Are you rolling like 100 D1?
It's just one. Oh, there we go. So there's 2 rolls. Yeah, not super great, but you do see individual fodderlings sort of drop from the cloud towards the earth as more and more shots are ringing out from your companions. So this like front part of these like snarling, gnashing teeth monsters, every so often there'll be like a little spurt of blood and one begins to drop to the ground. And as they get closer, you can hear the beating of wings and the clacking of teeth coming together, and the little like their legs are like fruitlessly kicking in the air as they're flying towards you.
Wow, I hate it.
And so let's roll for Rosette. So this is Rosette's piloting.
Uh-oh.
And actually, before we do this, let's just make sure to, actually, I'm gonna grab these.
Come on, Rosie, bring us around.
She's trying. I'm gonna grab one of these nice-looking fortune tokens. And we'll start.
Fodderlings in range of the mortar yet? Because I assume not swivels, and I'm in the crow's nest.
It actually doesn't swivel very well.
So it's not going to be a useful gun at all if we are coming to starboard. I mean, if
So
we're trying to bring them along.
So you will be she's trying to point the very front of the ship at him so that both you and Hart would be mostly aligned.
Okay.
At this point, you can try and make an attack with your warfare.
Okay.
Because you do have some give in terms of oops, I made too many. There we go.
Is it rolling? Hang on, I think I need to refresh.
So yeah, you have like a little crank where you can sort of minutely adjust the left and right angle of the mortar up there. Nice. So you all hear, and this is extremely loud for Celine up there.
Oh God!
The concussive crack as Nabeen fires the first mortar round, and it arcs beautifully, gracefully in the air, trailing like a thin wisp of smoke, disappears into the midst of this cloud, and then just like detonates in this bright red and yellow flash of smoke and shrapnel, and like at least a dozen of these things drop from the cloud, smoking, missing wings, chunks taken out of them, falling to the land far below.
Holy shit, you hit him!
Can I start screaming litanies of
Let's
hatred
look
at the cloud?
Yeah, you can.
It's the only thing I can do at range.
I guess I've only got like 15 arrows though, unless there's more arrows up here.
There.
Nice. Listen here, you winged beasts. We're gonna lay low every one of you.
And that actually does peril damage, doesn't it? When you get a crit success.
I think it does 1 peril damage to. I can hit a fellowship bonus of them, which means that I get 5. 5 of them take a peril, and all of the ones that I affect also suffer the -1 damage.
Yeah.
For as much as that's relevant.
Yeah. So Lillian screaming into the air at the horde as they
It's religious obscenities.
Yeah, they like pass through this cloud of smoke left from the shell that Nabeen fired. I was thinking about something.
Arrows.
I'm gonna take an explosive shot
There would be arrows below decks. In the supplies that were sent with you from the fort.
Yeah.
Topher,
So I can restock easily.
I'll go get him.
Yeah, Topher, you can make a shot. It's going to be with a slight penalty, though, because you're at such an extreme angle still. So if you want to do a warfare shot minus 20, are you firing explosive or canister?
Explosive.
Okay.
Where do these arrows go?
I love how your little token is moving down there.
I'll find him, don't you worry!
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Just barely makes it. So a heart, heart and colic crank on this cannon to bring it to bear at like the last possible second of the most extreme angle that the cannon can turn to. Pull the string to fire it. Another shell streaks almost like it looks kind of slow motion because of like the distance involved, but like fires the cannon and you just see it, it disappears into the cloud, and then another thunderclap explosion of flames and smoke like eviscerates the very front portion of the cloud. And you see them like almost like starling like murmuration. They kind of like flow around where the explosion was, and there are considerably fewer of them at this point. And so then Colic and Hart go to work reloading this recoiled cannon. And let's see how Rosette does.
This is all the higher I'm going up. If
Nice.
you want the arrows, you gotta come to here.
Jesus Christ.
I want to see where you are. You're like not even halfway up. I love that.
God damn it. Celine will go get some extra arrows from her.
Yeah, you can get like a whole like bundle of arrows. It's like at least 50 just like piled up on your arms.
Yeah, so she'll be shooting a bunch of those until they get closer, and when they're close enough to where they're in like actual combat range, she does want to cast the spell. So
I will point out that if you look over to this left side over here, like this portrait diagram, at some point, you standing up here, all of your vision of the actual like hull of the airship will be obscured by the envelope because it balloons out, and so even if you're like really leaning, all you're seeing is like the horizon of this canvas envelope on either side.
Okay. Well, then she probably won't stay up there long, but while she's up there, she'll
but you're definitely
out there.
Yeah, you're definitely looking off towards the distance. Do we have other battle music? Dude, let's switch to this real quick. Okay, so Rosette cranking on the engine. You hear her like cursing loudly, and she like flips some switches and does some knobs, and there's like a really like shuddering kind of burst from deep within the hull of the airship, and you feel all the two side air screws get like a burst of extra speed and energy, which pushes the front of the ship totally in line with the oncoming cloud. And so you guys are your head on angle here now to this approaching swarm. And by the time you've all reloaded and everything, we'll say about half of the time has passed, so like 7 minutes until they approach, and you guys are dead on, front angle to this cloud of swarming, snarling, spitting, fodderling bat monsters.
Jesus. So I probably still can't even reach them with my arrows yet.
You could start making attacks. It'll be with difficulty.
Yeah. Sure, why not? She'll try. Maybe she'll get something.
Yeah, and so the other 4 sash bearers have like formed up behind Hart and Colic, like rifles rested against the beams of the airship. Pile of shot between the four of them, just letting loose, firing at will. And so,
What would
Sound like the
difficulty be?
Revolutionary War.
what was that?
Nate,
I was saying, what would with difficulty be?
Like -20, just for the range.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fine. I get you. Nope,
Unfortunate.
that's fine. I still got like 40 more.
Yeah, so we'll roll for the Sash Bearers.
I was saying it probably sounds like the Revolutionary War, just like
Yeah, it is. It is full on. They're rolling really poorly.
69.
oh,
You
nice.
you guys would have to spend one of these to make it a success, or to make
Not
it
in this
a
case.
critical success.
Not in this case.
Yeah, but yeah, so like the front of the airship is just like gouting smoke, because you guys are still moving at a pretty good speed, so they like fire and the smoke trails behind them instantly and they reload, and so there's just like puff after puff of rifle smoke. Heart and Colic get the cannon reloaded and pushed back into place, ready to fire. Nabeen, by herself, with very little help from Celine at all, reloads the mortar.
Celine can help if it'll make it shoot faster. It's not like she's hitting with arrows.
The mortar is designed to be used by one person, so it's
Yeah,
not like
so,
as much of a problem. But yeah, so arrows coming from the top, rifle shots from below. Rosette from the helm at the back screams, "Give him all we got! This is our only chance!" And so I need warfare rolls from both Nabeen and Hart.
Got it.
Get him. Get him.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
Crit success.
Hell yeah.
And you are fully able to spend a token if you want, Nabeen, but you do not have to. All right, Topher. So what did you and Colic load?
Another explosive shot.
So you are. It's literally like shooting fish in a barrel. It's just this big cloud of swarming monsters. You fire the cannon straight into the heart of the cloud. Another titanic explosion. Dozens of them falling from the sky, smoking corpses. Nabeen's shot, unfortunately, goes a little far. Detonates on the far side of the cloud, doing very little in terms of damage. And let's.
and I'll shout out a strike to the heart.
And you see that
That's a joke.
strike to the heart. I like that.
Jesus, I see now.
Wait, I didn't get hit.
You see that the like posture of the swarm kind of is changing as these explosions are ripping through it, and the other Sash
As
bearers
they
are
combine to form Voltron.
they form a
God.
monster Voltron.
Jesus Christ.
It's actually a Fodderlingipede. So
Yeah,
they
it's
attach
like
tail to
Jesus.
tail to mouth. They wrap around the ship.
I'm out. Celine
Guys.
just jumps.
Alright guys, we gotta kill all 42 hearts. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, in one go.
Yep.
Otherwise, they regenerate.
And so, unfortunately, Nabeen, you will not have another chance to fire the mortar, as the front of the airship and this like cloud of monsters is like just poised to, ram right through each other. Hart and Colic, you guys have one last chance as you're both like hurriedly, reloading this cannon, shove it into place. You like lean down to look down the sights, and you see like not even like 20 feet away down the sights of the cannon barrel, just one of these monstrous flapping Fodderling mutants bearing down on you. And so you have this one last shot, and then you will all be enveloped.
I would. Oh man.
Dang, that is 3 over.
Does Colic have warfare?
We will have Colic assist on this one
Yes.
because he does
I got
have
you.
warfare.
I am going to cast the spell if they're this close. Then.
And with Colic's assistance, you do hit. And so, what was this one, Topher?
The spread, the grape shot.
Canister shot. Yeah. So you guys loaded this. It looks like a huge jar of peanut butter, but instead of peanut butter, it is like musket balls.
Yeah, those two things do tend to look pretty similar.
Yeah, very, very comparable.
Oops, all musket balls.
And so the report of the cannon for this one is significantly different than the explosive shot, because you fire it and it sounds like the whizzing of 1,000 bees going past you at 100 miles an hour, and the one that you saw down the sights of the cannon just ceases to exist, becomes a cloud of meat and blood, and then again dozens of these monsters just shredded to pieces, cut out of the air from the artillery shot. But unfortunately, as you guys did exceptionally well, we will roll again just for the other sash bearers as they're trying to get in last second shots.
I am going to cast Hasten Speed at this moment.
Yeah, so you can cast, Cody, you can cast if you want to cast something.
I'll try and cast Sanctuary.
Okay.
I fucking failed.
Dang, you did.
So I'm really bad at magic, Nate. I get a +10 to this normally?
+10 for Generalist, and then, yeah.
Yeah, if it's a baby spell, you get +10.
Mhm.
Nice.
Blah, blah, blah. Nobody
And
hit
that's
me.
the one that they have to resolve, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have to make a resolve to hit me. They gotta really want it, you know?
And with that, the atmosphere of the airship and the surrounding, open air changes instantly as you pass into this cloud of Fodderlings, and it sounds like you guys being from obviously 1700s style technology level wouldn't understand this metaphor super well, but basically it sounds like a car driving through a swarm of pigeons or something, just thunk 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 as they're slamming
against pigeons today.
slamming against the hull and bouncing off the fabric of the extremely taut envelope, and a few of them, those that aren't shell shocked or eviscerated, begin to make purchase right at the helm here, and begin to climb over among Heart and Colic and the other
Are you suggesting that they're among us?
yeah, the other sash bearers. These guys are absolutely the traitors in this situation. And from the back of the ship, you hear Rosette shouting something unintelligible that you assume is what she's planning to do, and you feel again a shift in the angle of the airship as she throws the reversed air screw back forward and is powering you guys basically straight forward with as much speed as possible.
This is gonna hurt.
And
Feel the cold steel of Heart's bane, foes.
we will roll initiative.
Red, did you ever get that weird initiative thing you were fiddling with to work?
No, because it would require specialized tokens for every possible character on the board. which I don't have.
I have a question.
What's up?
If we choose to, can we opt to have already climbed down from the crow's nest?
Absolutely.
Before initiative?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
I would also like to down there.
Yeah,
'Cause I don't know
definitely.
if it's my turn. And I will latch on down at the base near Lillian.
Yeah, so you guys can be around the tower.
Your initiative is an 11?
Yeah.
That's
What
because
the
he's evil.
+3 because I have more chaos ranks.
Yeah.
Wait,
What the
is that
hell?
is that a class ability?
Yeah.
It's a talent,
It's one of my talents. The supernatural paranoia.
That sounds about right.
Why do I not remember where initiative
I got
is?
18 by the way.
Okay, let me start writing these down.
Oh, nice, Cody.
Where do
Yeah,
I
I
roll?
went fast. I never. Did
Just roll a d10,
Oh,
Plus your initiative.
and
And
then you
then,
have an initiative number.
Yeah, and that's
that's what I can't find.
It's on
Talents
the
and
talents and
trappings.
trappings right near the top.
It's an odd spot. One would think it'd be up front or somewhere, but
Celine, what did you get?
don't
what you
have a
see there,
number there.
19.
19.
It's your PB plus 3.
Okay, cool.
Your PB modifier.
Yeah, and the talents and
Yeah.
trappings thing is a little weird because it says
I just
initiative.
put it in the wrong box.
Yeah, it says initiative over an empty box, but the box to the left is actually your initiative number.
Cool. So 15.
Hart, what was yours?
15.
Between Hart and Nabeen, which one of you has the highest,
Modifier.
yeah, the highest perception modifier?
There you go.
Mine is -1.
That's
Mine
your
is
racial.
somewhere.
It shouldn't be a flat -1
Mine
unless
is
you
a 6.
literally
Exactly.
haven't advanced it.
Oh, mine is. Wait. Yeah, it says no. It's 4.
Okay.
No, 3.
Okay.
It's 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nab goes before you. And then we will just roll initiative for these boys all at the same time. That is the wrong dice. All right.
Alright.
Okay.
It's
So
having a seizure.
It's the music. It's strong.
I always knew the devil was in the music.
And in my blood.
Exactly.
True.
Demons, not the devil.
Yeah, but the devil's in there leading them.
Oh yeah, in a nice little jig.
all right.
That's not true. He went down to Georgia.
Yeah, so that he could learn how to
Okay.
swear dance.
So
Come back to
Celine,
your blood. And leave
Then went
the
down to
jig.
Georgia. He had a dance to learn.
your supernatural paranoia puts you at the top of the initiative order.
Of course it does.
Wow.
So,
Alright.
And so these,
Cast that
all of
spell
these
again.
guys here are like perched with their little claws on the like railing of the ship or like on the barrel of the cannon, snapping their jaws, wiggling their little T-Rex arms, wings flared out for balance as they try to hop onto the deck of the airship.
Are any of these guys the ones affected by my litany?
Yeah, so
I'm
these
like,
would be
oh,
some of the ones like right up at the front. And so they, we'll just go ahead and say that these 6 are -1.
Damn, rad. Heck them up, guys. I weakened them. Soften them up for you.
I mean, I'm just gonna do magic
Heck 'em
missile,
up.
just a
Heck them
normal
up
one.
real good.
Actually,
That's what Lillian shouts.
heck 'em up real good, huh? I might channel
Yeet,
a little
father.
since I never do it.
You
Okay.
can count on me, Lillian.
I actually have something really cool I can give you for channeling in after I get an hour. I should have probably done it before now, but what are you gonna do? And maybe Hunter won't let it work that way. It'll be up to him.
Yeah.
I think anything
Okay.
cool that you want to do, we should do.
I will, because it adds 1 AP cost, right? You have 3 options. Raise your chances of success. It's not saying. I thought doing that would use more AP to channel power. Does it not?
I don't believe so.
Okay,
The
weird.
the risk is the corruption and stuff.
Yeah, I
And
think
and the
so.
manifestation.
Okay, so I will channel power. Just one step, just to help make sure I succeed. So, Agent P. Where's my incantation? Right there. It's gonna be plus 20 for this. Oh, really? That's 290, a 93
It's
and
two 90
92.
pluses that you've rolled in a row.
I should have done it twice. All right. Okay, we're clear with that. I do gain 1 corruption.
Oh no.
Oh no! How awful. Okay. Then I still have more shit, but like because you can only do 1 attack a turn, and a magic spell is treated as an attack. So I don't know what else I can do. Let's see here. Page 242 has the combat. Yes.
Yeah. You remember
Yeah.
you probably want to save a little bit for dodging or blocking.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking to see what exactly I can do.
And you can
Oh,
save
stats.
1 to aid, can't you? You can like help.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a range on aid or assist? Oh, I think normally you
Not
have to
really.
be close. I think in the actual description it says you have to be close, but
I'll
if
look
you
it
can
up.
like justify it, then I think that's fine. If you're like running interference or something.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm gonna go read aid because I want to read. There's 2 things I wanted to read. Okay. Attempt a leadership test, depending on. If successful, really, plus 1 to their damage and peril threshold. Cody's probably gonna do that, so I'm not. I'm assuming the inspiring words thing can't stack, right?
No. Cody hasn't
Okay.
done it yet though. He has
I
only
know.
he's only done the litany of hatred.
Because then he could save his for when people take peril if I do it now.
That's what I was thinking of doing.
So,
actually.
I will go ahead and start with inspiring words.
So-
to try and
How does
Give a rough
Celine
speech.
try to rouse her comrades?
guys, look at me! I'm Lillian!
And that's literally all she says.
I'm not sure if that inspires
Talk
me.
about gods and deities and destiny and shit. Fuck that! We're here to make our own destinies and fuck up some demon babies. Hart fucking did a number on him with the cannon. These guys are shit. You can see some of them shaking in their boots because of Lillian yelling at them earlier. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, right, Hart? Hart.
The little one speaks truth. 2 arms.
There's a first time for everything.
So, so I'm not trained in this, so I have to roll at like disadvantage. But I think I get, what is it? A plus, because I'm unharmed, so I get plus 20%. So that's good at least.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty rad.
Okay, so I have to roll another D10. So we've got. Oh my God, we succeeded!
We did it.
Wow.
Very impressive.
Everyone is
Despite all
bolstered.
odds.
Yeah.
So my fellowship bonus is 3. So I could target 3 people.
Are you targeting your friends, I assume?
I'm gonna target the ones
not
who are
me.
up front. One's fine. Number of allies to equal. You can clearly see in here you are me. So I will target 3 up front. One of them is Hart. I don't give a fuck about Colic.
Why are there 5 plus colic up there?
The 5th one is Nesgrin. That's Nacho's character.
Oh, okay.
One will go to Hart. One will go to the halfling, and yeah, one will go to who else this?
I like this. Whoever
Boromir.
did this, I appreciate it.
I did that.
Because she doesn't give a shit about. Well, she'll go ahead and give it to Colic because we kind of did start to corrupt him, and she likes that. And
No, okay,
she
yeah,
doesn't
that
really
makes
have
sense.
a preference for any of the others. So,
That's fair.
and then the last thing was assist. I do requires a skill test to help them succeed. Distance taken is taken into account. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I will just leave my last AP and that'll be it.
All right, Lillian.
I can't move up to get to any of these guys, can I?
You would have to unhook and rehook, which won't cost any AP.
Can I move 25 feet?
Depending on what your speed is the number.
Where is
of,
that again?
It's just like equal to
It's
your.
in your talent and trappings.
Yeah.
Under movement. It's AB plus 3.
That's right. So that's how many squares I can move then?
Yeah, that's the number of squares.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
I can get
that
up
times
here.
5.
And let me double check my magic, because I think if we recall, it only affects this one guy if I attack him, right?
Yeah, it's the one where if you hit first. They...
Oh, I don't even. This doesn't even count. These aren't humanoids. This doesn't work.
Oh yeah, they're effectively unintelligent.
Yeah. All right. That's totally fine. Don't worry about it then. I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna try and attack this guy in the corner.
All right.
Aren't you guys so proud of my leadership test?
Ah!
I don't
Nice.
understand how the second roll works.
That was for failure.
Yeah, I don't understand how that roll works. Like, how do
Because it
you
was-
decide if you won or lost?
It was untrained. You replace the first digit with this second
With
number.
the
Ah,
worst
okay.
one. With
Okay.
the worst one. So
Oh, it's just the worst one. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I knew that. I'm big dumb. Rad. So that hits. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Um.
Well, because it depends on your skill.
Yeah. I was
Oh.
just making sure that there wasn't anything stupid they could do.
Oh no,
Yeah, they're-
not yet.
they're-
Like,
they're-
they're
sorry,
gonna dodge.
they're-
Or they're gonna parry.
Yeah, not
or-
yet.
Sorry, their AC is 38. You have to hit under that.
Yeah.
Damn, that would be brutal, actually.
Oh.
Weapons. Yeah, battle axe. You can actually just ignore the roll because it's just going to the damage. Oh,
It's a lot of damage.
yeah,
I-
it fucking
did I-
exploded.
yeah, it exploded. Okay.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. So roll me an additional 3d6.
Yeah. It's a good hit.
That was a good hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, no injuries from any of those, unless you want to spend a fortune point to flip one of them to a 6. So
Wait,
yeah,
can
you
just flip one to a 6.
yeah, anytime you roll a
Yeah.
fury die or a chaos die, you can spend a fortune point to make it a 6. So that
Yeah.
automatically explodes your damage, automatically inflicts injuries, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Wait, so can you only do that once then? Otherwise, you could just keep making your dice explode, right?
You can do it.
That's
You can do it on one attack. You can flip all of them to make a dice explode. Like, you
So I could deal, well, like
30 damage.
30 confirmed damage,
Yeah,
Yep.
in one hit if you spent all of the tokens.
and that's assuming that none of them naturally land on crits.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is truly astonishing. And a mechanic I didn't realize.
I'm astonished.
You're right. No, I think I'm okay. I don't trust that I would roll enough to actually kill it with a. I just don't.
I mean,
Well-
I believe once most basic mobs get an injury, they die, but this one is now really weak from a hell of a hit. If it was like a light injury, I'd consider it, but
Yeah, because there is that again metagaming kind of.
Yeah.
There's a minion / hireling rule for some basic mobs that whenever they take an injury, they just die.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I'll hold on to my last AP in case I need to dodge.
All right. Naveen, you're
Okay.
up.
So this is
Remember.
my first time doing combat in
Yes.
this game.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing.
page
So here's-
242 has your actions.
Here's a question, since I've never DM'd this. Obviously, do they still have a health pool? Like, even if we don't inflict an injury, do they eventually die from damage?
Yeah, so they have the same damage
Okay.
threshold stuff that you guys have. So they effectively
Yeah.
have 5 steps.
Well, ours is different. If you never hit over that number, we don't go down a step.
Yeah, so when he rolled 18, it exceeded multiple
Oh,
steps.
Of course.
of the threshold
Yeah.
So you were
Yeah,
rolling extra
especially 'cause
numbers
they were-
for injuries.
down.
for
Yeah.
injuries.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Where am I tracking the AP from?
You have 3 every turn.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And you can't take the same action twice.
You have the page 242 combat. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have 3 at the start of every turn.
Cool.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, then I want to try and shoot the one that Lillian
Sure.
Friggin'
attacked.
blast his ass.
So
Your
anyways,
guns
this is
can't. Your
blasting.
guns don't explode anymore.
I know. I'm excited
Blaster
about
ass.
that.
That's what they called me. Wait.
Oops, that's the wrong. Here we go.
Guns
Anyone else
don't
hear a
bleed.
big yikes somewhere?
Any situational modifiers?
Nope, just the good old regular one.
A 3? Holy
Nice.
crap!
I did it.
That will hit.
That all
It's
the
only
damage?
4 damage though.
She doesn't have any of her bonuses in there.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it didn't roll any of your numbers. So what? It should add
Rolled
your.
the numbers. She just doesn't have all the numbers entered
Yeah.
in. for
No,
her
it
weapon.
rolled 3 zeros. That's not possible.
Those aren't rolls. Those are
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
stats.
okay.
So
Correct.
the what is the? We're using alternate rules, right, for weapon damage.
Yes.
So we need the alternate rules for your weapon damage, as well as you're using your agility modifier for damage.
Okay.
So I will give you the alternate rules if you want to add your agility bonus to the number you rolled.
Where is my? There we go. So 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds about right.
And then for dueling pistols, you deal an extra 2 damage.
Okay.
So in your
And
weapons
actually,
and attacks,
Cody is wrong.
I'm wrong.
Huh?
It's not agility?
Combat.
Perception.
It's combat
Really?
bonus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
So-
guns that are combat? I thought.
They have
Bows
attacks or
bows
something.
are agility.
Oh,
so,
okay.
so Chris, on your talent and trappings page under weapons,
Yep.
wherever you entered your weapon, you should
Yep.
change your combat bonus drop down to, or your damage bonus to CB for combat.
Yep.
You should put that +2 in the damage modifier field,
Okay.
That should cover it.
Yeah.
and that should be it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then that'll automatically do it the next time you shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So CB damage modifier is +2, and that's it.
Yeah, you
Yes.
should be good next
Okay.
time you roll it.
Yep.
I will add that to the other one as well. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, so you blast it off the edge. Lillian came up and gave it a good hack, like straight through the little shoulder, through the shell, and it was like barely struggling to hold on, and you just blam straight through the face, blast it clear off the edge. It drops, banging off the side of the hood or side of the hull of the airship.
Blam dizzle.
Yep.
Yay!
Bland.
I did it. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna move.
Okay, Heart.
Actually, I'm gonna move.
Yeah, you can move.
It's my
Oh,
turn.
Oh, I didn't realize gunpowder weapons exploded on a 1. Cool.
I'm gonna do a punishing strike with Heartsbane on the one that's directly in front of me.
Okay, so a 2 AP attack.
Oh, and I crit failed.
That is a
wow.
crit.
Oh,
Fail.
no.
So you will take peril.
Hail kabonk.
So you suffer 6 physical peril. It's not much.
That does not exceed my threshold.
Yeah, so you slightly overextend your strike. The winds buffeting in your face, the just like complete chaos of wings and claws and teeth. And so you accidentally, don't hit your
Accidentally
mark.
whiff
Yeah,
my swing.
You whiff your sword into the railing of the airship, taking out a
So,
small divot of the wood.
Heart being dunderheaded as he is, when it hits the side of the airship, he goes, "Oh, sorry about that, Captain."
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but it better not be bad. And so then we will do all of these other folks real quick. Hiya! Jolie. Why did that? Oh, because I'm
Jolie.
Because I'm dumb.
Jolie.
2d100 plus 2.
Jesus.
So she moves up and botches her attack. Halora swinging that hammer also
botched.
fails.
Damn.
Halal fires
Hey.
his gun right to the left of Hart. Halal is this one next to
Dark
the yellow
green.
one.
Everyone is deafened.
Yeah, shoots his gun. Literally blasts the wing off of this one right in front of him. Just like takes one whole wing off of its back. And then Borwin on the south portion of the airship. He hits his for a moderate amount of damage. Draw some blood off this one that's scrabbling up on the deck. And then Nesgrin will shout out, what can I do to help? I'm just a child. And
Stab him!
okay,
Punch him.
so he reaches over. I actually have his sheet, so we'll roll his, because this is fun.
Punch him.
He rolls his Cestus and does a lot of damage.
Damn. Oh, it's brawn bones.
Child.
But it can't really inflict injuries. is the
Yeah.
thing.
What child? She is missing.
Only inflict moderate
So
injuries.
she cocks a fist back and just socks one of them right in the eye.
It can cause moderate
Chris, I will
injuries.
never be upset by you reacting to that.
Glad, because I probably always will.
I'm Mrs. Nesgrin. And yeah, so then the monsters snarl, their claws dig into the wood as they flap their wings, and they maneuver their way farther onto the deck, crawling around and through you, landing amongst you. I'm trying to.
Among Us.
Yeah. Ooh, I didn't make him tall.
Put it in our tags.
Yeah, it's Among Us. And let's see.
They're crawling all over me.
Oh, they're gross. Oh, they're very gross.
Which one of you is feeling lucky?
Do you feel lucky, punk?
I mean, I crit once today. I can try and roll.
All right.
I've crit failed. I feel lucky.
You always feel.
Whoever
lucky.
wants to pick high or low and roll a D100.
It's clearly gonna be high. Oh, did anyone else have 3D dice on for that?
I did.
I did.
Rolled on 60, like almost stopped, and then just.
So
Just wobbled back.
nothing bad happens on this turn. They haven't attacked yet, which they will, but I was just resolving that real quick. Before they start chewing on you guys, the airship has you've plowed into this cloud of them, and they're swarming and swirling. There's still ones flying haphazardly around the airship, claws scraping against the hull as they're trying to find purchase. Some of them again bouncing off the envelope and everything. But as you're sort of looking around and trying to have situational awareness, none of you notice any of them finding purchase anywhere else on the deck of the airship.
Oh my god, they're in the goddamn balloon.
All right, so we're gonna roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks real quick. That'll be a hit. Lillian,
Okay.
you are being bit at. This
I don't
one
like that.
right here is gnashing at your heels. trying to get a purchase on your calf muscle.
Hit him in the face with your parry.
Yeah, so it did connect. You need to now
Okay.
decide to parry if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll parry.
Okay.
I believe in the one God, Lillian.
That doesn't work.
You did fail. Okay. So let me look at this real quick.
That's. Oh, is your axe a simple melee?
Oh, did it roll simple melee?
Yeah, you rolled simple melee. I don't know if that would
Is-
matter. No,
Is
probably
parry always simple melee?
No, it should be. You should be able to select if you want martial or simple.
Well,
you-
it would have given me 10%, but not enough.
not. Yeah, so it
Okay.
wouldn't have been enough. I
Yeah.
cannot
So
assist you.
so you move to intervene an axe blade, but too late as it grabs hold of your leg with its teeth and it deals 8 points of physical damage to
Oh.
you.
Damn it, Nate, why didn't you give me the damage threshold bonus?
Sorry, you were beside me at the time, so my character didn't think to give, or Celine didn't think to give it to you.
And now I need you to roll a coordination.
I don't like that. Is that the same as dodge? I guess technically, but I'll roll it over here.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you feel it as it's like chewing kind of on your leg. It is trying to yank you to the ground.
Oh, okay.
But you
It's
pull
like a
your
tackle.
leg free, and are not knocked
Man.
prone.
Oh man.
As it like sort of like shifts on its clawed feet, little T-Rex arms wiggling, snarling at you for more blood.
They're like bloodhounds.
Second attack. Misses. They was going for Jolie, didn't get her. Third attack on Heart, misses.
Yes.
Fourth attack on Borwin, hits.
Oh
Dodge it.
We'll give
don't
him
think
we'll
you
give
can.
him a dodge real quick.
no! I don't think you can dodge crits,
You
can you?
can't dodge. Unless...
Was that a crit? Oh, it was a crit. Yeah, you can't dodge
Never
crits.
Yeah.
So he takes 6 points of physical damage, which does not exceed his threshold, but he does need to resist the takedown, and he fails. Borwin is like just a little bit taller than this thing, is basically like bit and shoulder check to the ground. And then this final fifth one here turns to him as like downed prey and goes for the attack.
Oh god.
And hits him, and it's going to deal a significant amount of damage.
He try and parry it?
Oh.
Oh, that explodes.
No, he's downed. He just got taken.
I don't know if you can like.
Can
Can you not parry on the ground?
he
don't
actually
think so.
would have one more AP to parry.
Yeah, because
So-
you couldn't use it on the last one, so it would have.
That's true.
Spent that.
Yeah. But he
failed.
does. He does fail his parry.
Ah,
So he's
shit.
gonna take 6.
Oh my
A
God.
lot of damage, as he he's like bravado fighting up there with you, kind of turns to like look and maybe like throw a wink at Lillian or something. Shoulder check to the ground. Immediately the second one is like tearing his guts out, chewing on his chest and stomach. And he screams out, "Oh God, get it off me!"
Not my hunky halfling.
And it's
Weird
back
pet
to Celine.
Celine is going to try and magic missile the one that is attacking Borwin.
Okay, yeah, it's directly across from you right here. So
We're
you
gonna
can
try
see
to
it.
channel again, which now concerns this shit.
But when
out.
are we gonna be saved by our Martian Among Us Silver Surfer hero?
I like this. Babies are sus.
He's coming to save us.
Good
Didn't
shot.
need to. Oh,
Bad damage.
bad.
Oh, no,
that's
that-
very bad.
Oh yeah,
No,
because
that's
you
not
manifest on ones, don't you?
Yeah, I can do my damage real quick too.
Yeah.
It'll take 15, but yeah, I manifest on him once.
All right. Let's see what
Oh
happens.
boy, guys, my first manifestation. Are you rolling?
Yeah. Actually, you roll. I'm gonna pull up the table because I need to find
Okay.
that.
So what does this mean?
I've already found it.
Oh, you have the table?
With the 76.
Do we all die?
An item in your primary or offhand goes flying off on its own accord, landing 3 miles away from you.
Oh my god!
So,
So your
Kill some
bow?
random, like,
This is
villager on
like
the-
some wild magic shit.
ground.
What's happening right
well,
now?
here's the thing. I could theoretically have the bow in one hand, but to actually cast, I believe I have to have my book in hand.
That would be horrible if
So I am
you-
going to double check.
Yeah. So what's
Do you
happening,
get to
Topher?
pick?
Is that
It
anytime
doesn't really say.
a mage casts a high level spell or channels power to get a higher chance of succeeding, they risk what is called a chaos manifestation, which is essentially wild magic, but usually always bad. And so he rolled a 76, which is on the D100 table, apparently blasts an object out of your hand literally 3 miles away.
Yeah.
It
As a
said primary or secondary, so does he get to choose?
I would suspect so.
Let me see here, Matt.
As a priest, I don't get
Oh,
chaos
no.
manifestations. Once I get like a determined faith, I actually instead get like divine punishments from my god.
Yeah, which are also equally as bad.
Yeah, and sometimes way worse.
Yeah.
Must have an arcane tome or prayer book in hand to channel power.
Is
I will rule that you can.
I mean,
You would have your bow.
technically speaking, I can't climb down a ladder with bow in hand.
Oh, so you're saying you put it on your back, climbed down,
You would have.
pulled the book
yes.
out, channeled power, and blasted your book 3 miles away.
Yes.
Can you cast without the book? You just can't channel power?
I believe that is the case.
Okay.
So,
Can I make a coordination check to grab it since I'm standing right next to him?
At minus
Oh,
30.
I'm not anymore. I'm not standing next to
No,
him.
no. We'll say that it flies this way. So you hear her.
Dude, hell yeah.
You hear her casting at minus 30. Make a coordination check to either get hit by the book or catch it.
Kobe! Oh,
No.
No.
so not only is it
just
flying
screams
3 miles
bloody
away-
murder.
Yeah.
Not
So
only is it flying 3 miles away, it also hit Lillian in the face on the way.
yeah.
Ouch.
So Celine, pulls winds of magic from the aether, empowers her spell, blasts this Fodderling with an impressive amount of damage, but as she throws the missile, is sort of caught in like a backblast, and the book.
It's a poltergeist.
Yeah, the book.
Call
like,
it poltergeist.
There you go.
So,
You know, like when you're in a car and you throw something out the window, and it, like, you're going 65 miles an hour, and you throw something out the window, and it immediately, like, flies off in the distance in the wind or whatever. Celine's book goes flying, bounces off Lillian's head, and is just lost immediately in the winds.
I gotta say, that is like the dirtiest one for a minor one. I may have complained about 24 hours with like bent back fingers. That is dumb, because if you ever channel, which causes this, you have that in your hand.
Yeah,
which,
but you could also have a shield or a
Yeah.
dagger.
Yeah.
It's worse because you use a two-handed weapon normally.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So yeah, you successfully blast this Fodderling that's attacking Borwin, but yeah, your book disappears into the wind.
Oh, I can't channel anymore, guys. That's the good
To
news.
to be recovered in a later quest, I'm sure.
Oh man.
Um,
I don't know about that.
3 miles away in the middle of Voshik Tadberg.
yeah. We
It
could
could
we
be in the
could
fucking sea at 3 miles.
yeah, but
To
we
think that
could
it landed on some peasant and immediately killed them.
yeah,
with
just like
terminal velocity.
brains a guy on the ground somewhere. All right, Lillian, it's your turn. You just caught a book to the head.
Ouch. I'm going to do my faith or my leadership
Okay.
ability.
Yeah.
Fellowship, leadership. I only get a +10 now because I have taken damage.
Yes. Nice. What?
What?
A 0 rating?
Not sure how that works. It's not that, but
It's
so,
Because you
D8.
put +10. So you
oh,
killed.
I put a plus.
Yeah, you
okay.
killed the equation.
Math broke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna affect. I can do 15 people.
Yeah, so that'll
it's gonna
be-
get everybody.
And that gives peril back and increases damage threshold for everybody, right?
Yeah, and increases their peril.
And their peril
as
threshold.
well.
Yep.
Yep.
So what do you say briefly?
I say we've killed them. We've killed most of them. We've just got to kill the ones that are left. Save the halfling. He's a halfling, right?
Yes. Borwin
Save the
is a halfling.
Which color is he?
He's the yellow one down here to the south on the map. So that the one that Celine blasted is right here, and that was the one that was chewing on him, and then this is the one that sort of took him down.
And I'll take an attack of opportunity if I try to go over there.
I will go ahead and tell you that these things do not seem particularly tactical or aware. So if
they aren't able to expose.
If you came down here, this one is gonna just keep harrying at Jolie.
Yeah, I want to make sure this guy doesn't die. So I'm gonna
Okay.
kill this one that's taken some damage, hopefully.
Sure. Use your last AP
All
for
right.
a chop.
Yeah. Who needs AP anyway, right?
Nice. 9 damage.
I forget green is bad.
Yeah, that is a little confusing. Okay, let me look at this real quick.
And don't forget, they have a -1 to their damage threshold.
Yeah. Okay, roll me 3d6.
Come on. Big money, no whammy, stop!
Nice. All right. How do you want to kill it? What is the injury you inflict?
So I'm gonna find the like soft spot on its head where the magic missile impacted it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just gonna like double overhead with both of my axes and just try and split its whole skull in two.
Yeah, so you succeed and you like chop into it, and the first one like goes right into the skull, and it kind of like turns to you reflexively and is like half trying to chomp at you, and you just finish it with the second strike, and it twitches to the ground, wings folding in a haphazardly, dead on the deck.
And I'll look back at Celine and give her a battle wink.
Battle wing.
Celine doesn't even notice. She's like freaking out, staring in the direction her book went.
What is
And
a
you
battle
can,
wing?
Celine, you can feel it getting farther away. Like you have this almost like preternatural connection to this book, and you feel this like tether just stretching as it falls farther and farther away from you. Nabeen.
I'll be right back.
As Celine dives off the ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say
For the watch!
So that one is dead.
Yeah,
now,
I'm
or-
gonna mark it real
Okay.
quick. Sorry,
Cool.
I need to do
No,
that.
you're good. Just wanted to make sure. In that case, I would
Dead
like to try
X.
and take a shot on the other one that was attacking the halfling.
Yeah, so that one is over here on the deck, or on the
Yeah.
railing here, snapping at him.
Yeah.
Chris is always around here being Bobby Gunman. in
What
all
is
our
this
games.
little mark? Oh, it's
I can't like assist anybody.
not easily, no.
No one uses simple ranged.
Did it.
Oh, nice, good shot.
Because technically speaking, like I could assist with that, but
Yes, you
Still not
fire.
traded.
You fire over the prone Borwin, taking a chunk out of the carapace of this one over here. And again, it doesn't even really like react a whole lot. It's just like snarling and snapping, and like chunk of flesh goes flying off from the bullet wound, but it doesn't even like look at you or seem to like react to the gunshot. It's just like pure instinct, monstrous. I almost said bestiality. It's not the word I'm looking for.
Bestial?
Yeah, probably just bestial.
Yeah, Heart, it's your turn.
I'm gonna
Yeah, time for
swing-
you to do some bestiality.
I'm gonna swing again. Another punishing swing at the guy next to me.
All right.
Punishing, you said. Punish him, Hardy.
That looks
Wow.
wait, hold up. On Chris's attack, did she roll another Fury dice? She exploded technically.
Oh yeah.
No, she rolled a 1 on her
No,
dice.
she it's a
Explodes on
gunpowder.
one.
Oh, it does? Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
That's why I was like, wow, that's fucking nutty.
Yeah, so roll another d6 real quick.
Nice,
Uh,
another
my-
explode.
Roll
right?
another d6.
Roll another d6.
How come hers explodes on one?
Gunpowder.
gunpowder.
That's apparently a quality of gunpowder. Roll another
And
d6.
reroll.
Yeah. Roll another d6.
Holy shit! It's happening, boy! You're welcome.
All right.
Reroll.
So 6, 12, 15, 16 plus 8 is 24
24?
damage, which
Damn.
is way more than you need to do in a single attack. So
my God.
you line up this shot. We'll retcon history here real quick. Your second pistol that you haven't shot yet, just straight between the eyes. Line up the shot. Bullet travels the full length of the monster, leaving like a grapefruit-sized exit wound on the other side. And it topples off the side, trailing gore and blood down into the wind.
Hell of a shot, Nab.
I just give you a quick nod because I'm all business right now. This is Nad's fun
Okay,
time.
and Heart missed unless he wants
In
to
other
spend...
news, Heart whiffs again.
Yeah, unless you want to spend a fortune point to
It's the
reroll.
wind, man. The wind up in
I can't
the sky.
see. It's all the bat wings in my
Yeah.
face.
Yep. And you are kind of crowded in here among the other Sash Bearers, and Nesgrin is your all.
Among us.
Among us. Okay, so
God.
that's Heart's turn.
Eh.
Jolie, on both sides being attacked, she makes a swipe with her gnome killing sword. Strikes. Yeah, she gets a good hit. She's trying to force this one off the edge, slashing at it with her sword. Then Halora, next to her, swings the hammer. Another good hit. Good job, other Sash Bearer crew. Yeah, so actually we need to roll a d6 for wounds. They don't get one. So Halora and Jolie just bopping the heck out of this one. Halal draws his sword because he doesn't want to take the time to reload. Doesn't do great with it. Borwin crawls away. So he's like, let me get him on a
Guess
space.
he's fair.
He's like holding his guts and chest. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's like the end of Cujo.
Yeah, so he's not like disemboweled, but he's like pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
He's got bleeding wounds all over his chest where the thing tried to gore him. And then Mrs. Nesgrin, She'll take a step this way to aid Jolie.
On a scale of unharmed to slain, how is our friend?
If you were to divide it into fifths, how would you say?
Jesus.
I'll say that he's halfway there.
All right, he's living on a prayer. He'll be fine.
Oh my god.
That's
You beat me to it.
So Nesgrin comes up and again bops this this other monster, but can't inflict injuries. And then it's the monster's turn. So we'll do their stuff. They will. That one's gonna attack Jolie, and hits with a critical hit.
Oh my god. Again.
And bites her. Basically gets almost both of her legs in its mouth as it goes for like the alligator death roll to throw her to the ground. She succeeds, throws it off so that she doesn't get pulled to the ground. But she's got some bloody wounds on her legs. Then this one goes for Colic.
You're no baby, Colic.
Another
He does
hit.
have the damage threshold, remember?
Yeah. Oh, that explodes.
Oh god.
Oh wow. So
This is
that's
getting intense.
that's a good amount of damage.
Hope that +1 helped.
It did actually. It made a pretty big
my
difference.
Well, that's the thing is that like the more damage you take, the more that bonus affects it, right?
Yeah.
Because it can take it from 3 to 2.
Yeah. So this one like jumps on Colic's shoulder with its talons and mouth, trying to bear him to the ground. Colic fails absolutely miserably.
God.
Is brought down, not like killed. Well, I wish I could. Here.
Screaming like a little bitch, basically.
There we go. Yeah, it like dives off the railing, gets its mouth on his shoulder, and like alligator throws him to the ground, snarling, bloody murder, standing over him. And then this one's gonna attack Hart with a 5, so that's gonna hit you unless you parry. Which you actually automatically succeed your parries because you have that broken racial trait. Go ahead and roll it.
Wait, does he auto succeed that while he has his Zweihander out?
Yeah, any two-handed
Two-handed
weapon.
weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it goes for you. Teeth like grips the blade of your Zweihander in its mouth and like slides its teeth, drawing some sparks as it's trying to like wrench it out of your arms. Okay. So who among you is still feeling lucky?
Not me.
I'll go this
All
time.
right, high or low, Topher?
I'll go low.
All right, roll me some dice.
You've only been rolling high. Oh,
That
you did it.
is very lucky. So nothing of note happens. The air again swirls with bat-winged Fodderlings. You hear from behind you the sound of like I'm trying to think of a time period appropriate analogy, but basically if you threw an apple into a running blender, the noise of a Fodderling getting caught in one of the air screws and just getting like instantly
Wound
salsa'd out the back, just like perfectly cut chunks of Fodderling falling to the ground behind the airship.
Yeah. I think the best description for that is a Fodderling going into an air screw.
Something like that, yeah. You guys have heard that a lot in your past life, so you're like, oh yeah, that was just, Fodderling hitting the air screw. Rosette calls up from the helm. She's like, I'm trying to pull us through. You guys keep up the work up there. And that brings us to Celine again.
So here's how it's going down. Because Celine's freaking out as she feels the book going away. She starts to run towards, like, the direction of the book, but kind of catches herself on the end.
All right.
And this is important, Hunter. Is it like a hooked on two ends? Just like a tether, basically, with the hook on each end?
Yeah. So one end is hooked to you, and one end is hooked to there's rings around the airship, and like you can hook it to the railing and that sort of thing.
Okay, so Celine is going to unhook the one attached to her belt and let it go.
It's a bad idea, but go ahead.
I know it is, but she's freaked out.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. She looks. How tall is like the railing or whatever?
It kind of like slopes up to the railing, so you could full body like lean over the edge.
Okay. So she kind of leans over and is like looking around and kind of attempts to bring up a foot, but stops and thinks better of it.
She's like gonna
And
just jump after it.
She is contemplating it. This book means everything to her. So, when she decides against jumping and killing herself, basically, she will turn and she is going to automatically hit with her a magic missile on the closest one.
Okay, you're gonna spend the.
Yeah, she's gonna start just burning all her stamina because she no longer cares about anything, and she's pissed.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so that one, magic missile, it'll kill this one right here.
Okay.
How do you want it to look? Do you want it? You could shoot it down its mouth or something.
I mean, it's not on anybody, this one, or anything?
It's sort of between Nesgrin and Jolie. They're like trying to make short work of it.
Let's make it one of those things where as the missile comes like zipping and whizzing through, it kind of turns to look at it and it just smashes through the eye.
Sure. Yeah. Blasts out one of the eyes. It crumples.
There's a half second, and then it blasts out through the other eye.
There you go.
Boom! Bam! Exploding out the eye, dissipating the missile into the air. It falls.
Exploding eyeball syndrome.
It falls to the ground, twitching, gnashing its teeth with the last remaining nerve energy.
And at this point, it's mostly just a look of shock and stunned and uncertainty as she fires off her magic missile.
Can I still do this? Am I still
basically?
Am I still a hedgewise? Lillian.
Yes. I can't help with that problem. Is there room between these guys here? Can I be here?
Yeah, you can go there. Yeah, because they're all like sort of pushed up against the railing or like this.
I am going to take the charge action
Okay. Yeah.
so that I don't have to move that far, but I want the extra fury dice.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and go, get off of the ship! And then I'm gonna realize how close I am to the edge and cry. Ooh! Just barely made that one. So that's 10, and I get an extra d6 fury die.
Yep.
2.
Damage. That is good. Roll me 2d6. Or no, roll me 3d6, sorry. Unfortunately, none of those are injuries. So you come up, you underhand axe uppercut to throw this Fodderling off of Colic. It jumps off of him, catches its clawed feet on the railing, flares its wings out at you. It's like bleeding Fodderling blood and covered in Colic's blood, snarling at you, clearly very hurt, but also basically ignoring it on instinct.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to use like the movement to try and be between them.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
I know that they don't like really care, but
yeah, narratively we can say that it'll focus on you.
Get up, Colic!
Nabeen, you have 2 empty guns in your hand.
Yeah, I do. Do I still have the flintlock? The shitty one that tried to blow my hand off?
I think you threw it at the quartermaster.
Okay, that's right, I did.
Yeah.
In that case, would I be able to charge the other one?
You would
Actually, well, go ahead.
I was gonna say you would have to go to this square right here, which would be like standing on the railing. Like obviously you could like hook in when you got here, But you would be like literally standing on the railing trying to make like a sword attack on this Fodderling next to you.
I want to do that, but instead of a charge, I want to do a called shot.
Okay.
So I do. I am gonna clip in on the railing. Where did you say I was moving? Like here.
You would be right here.
Okay.
Where you're like standing on the railing, like you and the Fodderling are both standing on the railing, basically like fighting on a balancing beam, where you like come up and you're like trying to stab it.
Christ.
She's got the rope on her belt. It's hooked into the railing. But yeah, she's in this precarious position fighting the Fodderling.
I'm just gonna go all out and make a huge swing and try and take off one of its legs with my sword. As soon as I find where my sword is.
This one is looking fairly okay. Not much has happened because Hart has literally never landed an attack this entire combat.
Most combats, unfortunately. It's when he hits things, he does like a trillion damage.
So you did?
Does charge give you a plus?
I think she said called shot.
I did called shot.
Oh, called shot.
So that would hit. At a
Okay,
74, you would hit.
What a called shot?
Yeah,
called shot.
Oh wait, not aim.
Did you mean to say aim?
No, I meant to say called shot.
Okay, yeah. So then it won't. It
didn't want to be parried.
Yeah, because she wanted to hit the leg. Sorry, yeah. So unfortunately, that won't.
Okay.
Will not hit.
That's fine.
Send it careening.
Yeah, you're like.
Your damage is not proper on that weapon either.
That's a cool idea.
That's it for me. That's good.
All right, Hart.
Hart is feeling
A little
anxious.
inadequate.
He's feeling anxious about the fact that there's only 2 of these things on the deck, but supposedly a swarm of them around us.
Yeah, they're like it's not like a dense swarm, but they're you every so often you'll see one like flying around and you hear them like thunking against the hull and everything.
Hart wants to do an awareness roll and just take stock of the situation around us, look for the other airship, see if there's any other enemies coming at us.
Yeah, so hit me with that awareness. So yeah, you are right to be a little nervous. Because as you're looking around, you see basically perfectly perpendicular to you guys, the other airship is still like bearing down upon you, your guys' ship at like full bore, and it's much closer than it was, before the swarm was released.
Are we pointed at it?
You are, Rosette is driving you, like if you guys are going this way, it is coming at you from this way. So she's like pushing you through the swarm, and maybe possibly has sort of like either forgotten or isn't tracking it or something. But it is sort of like on an intercept vector with you guys. And you see, as you're sort of looking around and taking stock, it's much closer, and you get a good look at it. It's a larger airship. Doesn't look like it was really like a military airship. It doesn't have any visible cannons or anything like that. But it is heavily damaged. So like the reason that it's sitting at this weird cockeyed angle is because like a few of the like super thick wires and ropes that hold the envelope to the hull have been either cut or frayed by something. And so the hull is at like this permanent angle where it's not quite flat with the ground. There's like pieces of wood missing from the hull. It's billowing smoke out from the back as its air screws are pushing it towards you. Something fucked up this airship, before you guys got here.
So I want to call attention to it to the captain since I don't know if she's aware of it.
Okay.
So I just want to yell out. I want to point at it and just yell out, "Captain!" and just point at the airship that's like barreling down on us so that she can turn or climb or dive or whatever she wants to do.
And you hear her react. It's not like a word. It's more of just like a yell or a yelp. And we'll roll her real quick. Oh yeah. Okay. So with that, you all sort of in the midst of this fight, and this this could be pretty interesting. You hear the shifting of mechanisms deep within the airship, the shuddering and spinning of gears, and both air screws are immediately flipped 180 degrees, and all of you feel, basically, you all are trying to keep going forward while the airship is air braking under you. So everybody lurches this way, towards the front of the ship. Nabeen, I definitely need a coordination check from you.
You got it. I have to refresh roll 20 again. Hang
on. And then everybody else make a coordination check just to keep your feet. As the
Quick question.
Go ahead.
Nate, did you re-clip back in?
You mean the one I unhooked from my belt that is currently stuck at the base of the crow's nest? No, I did not.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
So, I'm hoping if Hunter's going to try and send me over because of the angle and how it slopes up, it would be... Never mind, I am perfectly fine. Celine is just like stone still, freaked out about her book.
Yeah, so for the second time in not very long, the airship makes a huge velocity and direction adjustment in a very short amount of time. Again, you can see, because this is like in the battle moment, you guys are all like hopped up on adrenaline and everything. The hull flexes under you, so you see this perceptible bend in the wood as like the back part of the airship slows down before the front part, and you're all hurled forward. Topher, Hart falls forward against the front rail, slamming against the cannon, pointing out the front. Lillian, you also slam against Colic, and the two of you kind of like are pressed against the front railing of the ship. And then the two who are most at risk here nail it.
Hyper focus.
Yeah, so for Celine, she's like just like super focused, literally just like shifts her center of gravity as the ship lurches under you. In my head, for Nabeen, I kind of like picture you like crouching down and grabbing the railing, and like you're like for like a good second almost leaning like perpendicular over just open air hundreds of feet below you, the ground, but like cool as a cucumber, just like perched on the railing. Once the airship settles in its reverse trajectory, you just like take your feet again, ready to go. Let's roll for the monsters. That's a crit fail. And that's just a regular fail. So the one that you were fighting, Nabeen, just like flies off the front and then tries to overcorrect, slams against the hull of the airship below you, and careens off into the sky.
I just laugh at it.
And then this one, sort of like with Celine, or not Celine, Lillian and Colic, is just like pressed against the front railing as the airship, very rapidly corrects its trajectory. And as that happens, the looming hull of the airship passes feet in front of your guys's the bow of your ship. And you see that it is going at a considerable speed as it like briefly eclipses the sun in front of you and just like whooshes by as you guys are in full reverse pulling away from it.
Guys, you're welcome.
Celine, you can make an awareness. Everybody can make an awareness.
Well, I'm on the ground. Can I make an
Oh yeah, you can't. You're pressed against the front. Anybody who's still on their feet.
Nice. Stoic and Celine and Chris can make a.
Scrutinize is fine. Yeah, we can do scrutinize.
Okay, I made it.
Nice.
The kings of coordination over here.
Well,
That's a crit
Oh,
fail.
apparently Nabeen is blind now.
Yeah.
So we'll have Nabeen take some peril for her heroic coordination.
Okay.
That's a lot. Why is that so much? 2d10 plus 2? Yeah, I guess you take 18 physical peril as you hold yourself. You as you're scanning the airship going by, you
She
feel
hyperextended her shoulder.
yeah, you like feel the strain in your whole body where you're like, oh, I almost like fell off the airship. I was like this close to just going overboard.
Okay.
So
So
perils
I'm
on
right?
your skills and attributes on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that exceed 1 or 2 thresholds?
You should, whatever the number is, it'll be +1.
Yeah, your
for-
peril threshold.
It exceeds 1.
Okay.
Okay, so you just go down to imperiled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So those of you who succeeded, which I believe is just Celine,
To reference, this isn't what scrutinize is for. It's for dealing with people, but still, with the 5, I would have made it.
And remember, we talked about that a while ago. We were like, scrutinize is this weirdly like broad skill.
Yeah. Because it specifically says this doesn't allow you to see minute details, take account of numbers, or see through an ambush. Refer to the awareness skill in those cases.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Scrutinize. Remember what you had to eat the previous day. Like what?
Yeah. So scrutinize is a really weird,
Right.
really weird use case.
It is. It's definitely more for like, noticing people are lying and things like that. And
Yeah.
fucking shit.
So you see as this huge airship passes in front of you guys, you see in sort of the blur of motion that there is a large figure on the airship, seemingly at the controls, and you catch a glimpse of more bat-like leathery wings as this swooshes by. And as it passes by, it eviscerates like another 2 Fodderlings in the air in its own.
Was it looking at Celine back?
It was not.
Does it? Is there any? I probably can't get anything else other than that. What else is on like the deck of the hull? Is there anything like, say in the case of what Cody suggested, a hole that I can see through?
Yeah.
see
So like
into it all?
the hole and the envelope both have taken damage clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a big gaping hole in like, you know, this portion of the airship that went by. There's like a big chunk missing from the wood. One of the air screws is kind of like bent at a weird cockeye angle and is billowing smoke as it's spinning. It's significantly damaged, but somehow still airworthy. Okay, so Hart, you should finish your turn because you still have AP.
I'm still gonna make an attack.
Okay.
Oh,
Fucking finally!
Nice.
there you go. You fucking smacked them good.
Yeah, so you turn to assist Lillian with protecting Colic, and just like overhead strike, cleave this Fodderling in half perfectly, Both halves make like very half-hearted attempts to like try and nibble at Colic before they just topple over the edge. And so your ship, so you've killed all the Fodderlings on your deck. This is the perfect time for us to do our little coordinated bio break. And then we will come right back for more Scarlet Sash stories and the resolution of what we're doing. So we will all go to the bathroom, get some drinks, take a little breather. We'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. I'll put up our little screen and maybe we'll change to some nice like intermission music.
We don't have permission for that.
So here's our little we will be right back screen. We got the music up. Yes, we will be right back. Stick around for more exciting action.
Is here to make fun of Hunter because he's a bitch.
It's true.
Oh yes, it's so true. He's a bitch, a giant bitch with a shitty mohawk. Dun, 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 dun. He looked better as a bald turtle. I wish he'd watch these and might like make complaints about me insulting him. I don't think he even watches them. I put in effort.
I know. I appreciate the effort.
At least someone does. Somebody's got to, because Celine might do something completely batshit insane. She's just trying to figure out what.
I hope we're coming out of initiative order now so I can just like reload both my pistols instead of wasting 2 turns reloading a pistol.
Yeah, that's rough.
At least it's not like some of these other ones I was looking at that are like, no, it's like 4 AP to reload. Like the blunderbuss.
Gotta spend like an extra turn to keep reloading.
Right?
And the worst part is, if I remember right, you have to like use all your AP at once as much as you can. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you can be like, I've got 1 AP left, I'm gonna start reloading.
Yeah.
So.
Nuts. I have a sinking suspicion that those swords are not going to be delivered this evening. Which means it's the second evening that they did not get delivered after being told, yeah, I can bring them over tomorrow. Or, I mean, today.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the message I sent you in the Roll20 about your weapon for Saber?
I did. Yeah, I'm
good.
Using it now. Thank you.
Good deal.
my girlfriend was sleeping, and I cracked the door, and she kind of woke up a little bit, and I said, "I'm gonna kill you." Giraffes eat bones for calcium.
Jesus Christ.
Because they do, and it's very fucked up to see.
And then I watched a video of a horse sucking up a little baby chick.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up too.
It is pretty fucked up.
How do you guys do in your free time?
Look at
It was on
animals eat
fucking
shit.
like Imgur or some shit because people were like, what the fuck? There's no way this is real. And somebody's like, yeah, it's real. Animals sometimes will do shit like this for protein.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucking
Ooh.
like nutty the first time you ever like see or hear about it because you're like, well, I thought they're herbivores. They are, but once in a great while, they'll eat some meat.
Right.
Fucking ridiculous. I still think horses are just psychos.
It's a very weird thing to come back to.
It's not
That's
very
not my
nice
fault,
thing to
it's
say about Cody.
I'm not
Yeah.
a horse.
Topher's not back yet. This song is also extremely Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
I
called
think most of these just are.
It's called Final Dungeon.
Very video game music. I need to get all those programs downloaded still.
I also need to do downloading things.
Did you just... Are you eating a nutty bar like a sociopath?
Wait, how are you eating it? Are you like doing the level? Yeah, that's how you're supposed to eat them. What's wrong
Do
with
what? What do you mean?
you? So they're layered. You peel the layers off and eat them.
Oh,
Yeah, like a serial killer would.
peeling the layers
No.
off. That's
Yeah, like-
odd, but okay.
Like a monster.
That's how I eat Kit Kats too.
It
That's
lets you
odd.
taste more of the peanut butter, eating it in sections.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna have to cancel you over
It's
this.
still odd, but fair enough.
You're a scientist. You should know that this is the proper way to eat things.
No, the proper way to eat a nutty bar is to take it sideways and just like bite out the middle.
And you're accusing us of being psychopathic. Wow.
I don't actually do
Hunter.
that, but
Wow.
but you just
no,
eat it.
it's-
Ah!
No. You're one of those people that
Oh.
eats sandwiches backwards too, aren't you?
Backwards.
How do you eat? Okay, yeah.
From the bottom, you have bread has a top. When you make a sandwich, the round part is the top. You start there. You're one of those
Oh,
people
you
that
mean like a
start-
loaf of bread, like a sub roll?
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
picturing
okay,
like a
okay.
square sandwich
Yeah,
with
I
like
was
two
too.
pieces of sliced bread. I'm like,
I was a bit confused.
I was like,
And I was gonna say, no, you're wrong. You start with the side where there's meat or lettuce sticking out.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought when you said he eat it upside down, I'm like, so he eats the bottom piece of bread and holds the meat and cheese.
yeah, on my
So
The layer
if you
of
ate it
cheese.
like,
Probably does
Yeah.
do that.
if you ate a sandwich backwards, you would have to like start in the middle. And just be
Yeah,
like,
like-
"Ow."
you like fold it in half. You like you
Oh,
bite out the
I can
center,
see you.
make like a little snowflake out of it, and then eat the rest.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna cut
gonna
us
eat
back to
sandwiches from now on.
our camera so that people can see this because this is
Do
some quality content.
you ever watch the VODs anymore for all the songs I sing about you?
I haven't recently. I need to.
God.
You're a
The
terrible
songs I
person.
sing about
Do you like watch my camera to see when I'm coming back to know when to stop?
No, like I don't do it the whole time. Whenever I come back from mine, I'll sing a little song about you or talk about you for however long
Aw.
I feel like.
Thanks.
Yeah, and it's
You're
usually
welcome.
like, I want to bang you so bad, but you
It looked
Nah,
like
it's
are
more,
so straight.
I think 80% of the time it's making fun of your fucking mohawk.
It's a
That's
really
kinda
bad
rude.
mohawk.
I don't think it's that terrible of a mohawk.
We're
but
pretty
it's
supportive,
a pretty funny
but,
song.
Oh, it
can't
was a
in-
heat pack.
I can't, in moral meaning, agree to that.
You have a moral obligation to object to
Yeah.
the mohawk.
It's for your own benefit because I care about you as a friend.
I mean, you have the mohawk hairline too. You should also adopt.
It's not a mohawk hairline. It's a It's a widow's peak.
Yeah. So like,
It's
I
not a
don't
mohawk hairline.
I don't grow hair right here. Like it, literally, like to the middle of my head. There's just no hair all the way up here. And so, you know, the only hairstyle that's available to when you grow hair in the middle of your head as a mohawk.
Grow some monk hair.
I will say,
Just the ring around like this.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I will say I have seen it
I'm
enough.
sure something like that.
I have become more desensitized to it, and it doesn't
That's
make me laugh.
that's
as
my
much
goal.
as it used to.
Yeah, that's
If
the
you're
goal.
Like the first time
To
I saw it,
desensitize
I
you.
started laughing so hard. And then the other times, like whenever I see it again, I'd sit there and have to like stifle and be like, I can't. We're like streaming. I can't make fun of Hunter
just-
right now.
It's
You
just
see how my
And now I
friends
just
treat
don't
me?
care.
you and the
He
FCC
deserves
both
it.
just all about desensitizing the youth.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to know that I'm a good person. I just treat Hunter like the Meg that he is.
I want
is-
everyone to know that
that's
I'm a
not
bad
true.
person and I do it on purpose.
That is true.
Terrifying.
I
I
sin
can
is
lie.
what brings me joy.
Let's see.
I think it brings most people joy.
That's messed up.
Have you ever like skinned a human alive? It's a lot of fun.
I
can't
say
say
that
that
I have.
I can't say that I
I
have.
can't
Well, if I-
legally.
If I could say that
Yeah.
I have, then I probably would say that.
Cody's under a human skinning
lawyers have
NDA. He
informed
can't
me
talk
But I should-
about
can't
his.
actually be a statement.
I can't talk about what I do at work.
Yeah.
Humans are like onions. They have layers when they flay people and wear their flesh as skin suits.
Yeah, something, a flayed man has no secrets.
Something like
There you
that,
go.
yeah. I've done similar things with other animals, but not
Yeah.
never
Sick
people.
person. They're
It's-
doing it
I mean,
wrong.
he was getting paid to do it. Does that
Yeah,
make
this
it
is
better?
this is for science.
No,
Sometimes
No,
you gotta crack
I
a
have
few
also done that
eggs.
for science, but
In this context, eggs are pigs. But
Yeah, that's what I said.
yeah. Okay, so we're all here. Tover's back.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. And so the Fodderling menace recedes from your airship, and seemingly like as the enemy airship kind of swoops in front of you, they kind of, the remaining ones, of which there are very few, you see that after you've killed these ones on the deck of your ship and the cannonade leading up to the battle, you have
Like Gatorade?
yeah, cannonade.
Oh.
TM. I've patented it. You know,
the original understanding.
there are very few of these little winged monsters left as they sort of limp through the air to try and catch up with the airship that had come past you guys. And it is sort of trying to recover this like trajectory arc to come back around, but you can see that the damage that it sustained makes it very not agile in the air, and so it came swooping past and is now sort of on this trajectory going away from you, cutting this really wide circle turn to come back around.
Okay. I am going to fucking run over to the pilot and like grab onto her legs and start screaming and shaking her. We have to go for my buck.
And she looks down at you, and she's like, I thought I saw something go overboard in the carnage. What was that?
She will like, if she like turns to look at her, she will like jump up trying to grab her like by the collar and pull her down to her level and be
Yeah.
like, it was my tome of magic. We have to go back.
And she kind of like looks at you and your crazy eyes, and she's like, well, you know, like, it was just a book, right? Like, you could make another one.
She is going to like slam their heads together and be like, that book is worth more than my life. It's worth more than any of you fucks.
And she's like,
To go back for it.
she's like, okay, Slade, okay, like kind of tries to push you down. She's like, I am beginning to understand the severity of what happened, but we do still have an active problem right now. And she points sort of
He snatches the spyglass out, like, front if she has it, like, at her hip or something.
Yeah, you can grab it. It's just like in a belt or whatever.
She wants to, like, look at, like, the airship at the person piloting.
All right. Do an awareness plus 20.
Okay.
Just to see if you can actually get a good look. While you're doing this, the other sash bearers sort of disengage from their combat stances and go to oh, that's Mrs. Nesgrin. Go to check on Borwin, and Hart. Colic will turn to you and say, like, I think we need to load the cannon again. This fight's not quite over.
Yeah, we'll load it up with another explosive round.
Okay, so in the spyglass, Celine, tracking this airship as it makes this giant lazy arc through the air, you see at the helm there is an Orcs sort of standing at the controls. His most defining characteristic is a giant pair of leathery bat wings on his back. And so he is...
sure it's not his pirate eye patch.
So his back is turned to Celine, because he's like at the controls, wildly trying to adjust his trajectory. And you see, as you're watching, these Fodderlings are flying back, trying to catch up. And some of them are like flying into like the hole in the deck of the airship, and like landing on the deck and digging their claws in and like running around on the deck. And so it becomes pretty immediately clear to you that this is another mutant Orcs with another mutant brood of its own.
That's perfectly fine. I have one very important question. Do I see other Orcs on the ship?
No. It is just...
Magic missile.
Yeah, just the one. All right, yeah, so roll me.
I can see him.
Yeah, roll me. So you're gonna
hit.
Okay, so what is your peril at right now?
It is at...
Because this is your...
imperiled.
Because you already did it one time.
Correct. I can keep doing it, basically, until I pass out.
Yeah, so you should be 2 steps down.
What? Oh, unhindered is the start. Imperiled, I've only done it once. The others I tried to channel, and it fucked me.
Yeah, so then this cast will put you down one more.
One more, yes.
Yeah.
So she's gonna magic missile.
Yeah.
16.
Where's my paper? Yeah, so you fire, sort of like using the spyglass as like a spotting scope sort of thing. Focus your magical energy, throw this magic missile, tracing clear across the sky, and there's a good few seconds of like travel time as you're leading this magical projectile, and it slams right into his back, sends him sprawling forward over the controls, and you see he whips around and he like looks like hand over the eyes in your direction, and he's looking at you and seems a little confused at what just happened.
He can be more confused as another one comes flying. Magic missile. Instant hit.
So you're now at ignore 1 or ignore 2?
She is now at ignore 2.
And
for 10 points of damage.
And so you see again the same sort of thing, and he like realizes right before it slams into him, you see like the flash of like, oh shit, on his face, and he does the classic Cody's character from Shattered, bat wings like come over him in this like protective posture, and the bolt blasts across his wings, and they ripple with the force as he takes a step back, and he turns back to the controls and starts like fiddling with things, and
cool.
Go ahead.
As long as she can keep seeing him, she's going to magic missile.
All right, keep going.
So there's put her at ignore 3 for 14 points of damage.
And I'll just keep cheering you on to crit success
You can
leadership
do
and
it!
reduce your peril.
Unfortunately,
Meanwhile,
that
while
is.
this is-
Go ahead.
I know it doesn't work.
I was gonna ask if I would be able to get a shot off with the mortar or not.
So here we will change our little like bearing indicator over here. So the little, we'll put a circle in the middle here. That is the enemy airship. Right there. And so your guys' perspective on this enemy airship is like from like an angle like this. And so, you know, your cannons face this way and the mortar faces this way. And so, it would be both a pretty extreme distance as he's like carving this arc, and a pretty extreme angle. If you wanted to like hurriedly climb up and make a shot, you could.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna aim for their balloon.
Okay, you're gonna
Envelope.
target the envelope, and this is perfect because
Yeah.
the mortar is always a top attack, so it always arcs over and tries to explode above.
Okay.
And so this will be at -20 for the difficult conditions. So yeah, Celine, you again sniper fire this homing magic missile across the gulf of space between you. And almost.
Oh my
so
God.
close.
Holy shit.
And
Do you want to give it another try?
I mean, that's a rough one at -20. The fact that she almost had it the first time, it might be pushing it to try again. But
yeah,
it
and so
is- I leave it up to her.
Yeah, we
so.
will continue advancing time as she either reloads it and makes another shot or not.
I'm not going to. I'm gonna reload my pistols and scurry back down.
Okay. Yeah, so your shot like arcs, and it like from when you fire it, you're like, okay, like, oh yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a hit, and then you see it falls like 50 feet short, and so it explodes harmlessly in the air, and Celine's missile bores a hole through the smoke, you know, leaving that like anime style like displacement of the smoke, slams into the orc at the controls again, and he shoulders the brunt of it, again, like thrown against the controls, and you see he makes one more final like adjustment to the controls, and he begins running to go below decks.
Okay.
And so you could make one more if you wanted.
God damn it, Lillian's not close enough. I don't have time.
Wait, well, I could be wherever you need me to be.
Well, because I was gonna because if he was gonna stay on, I was gonna scream out for you to assist me and keep firing. But if he's going below deck, she's going to magic a missile one more time and collapse.
All right.
For 12 points.
Ooh, yeah. So this again is goes flying off through the air, and slams into him, obviously, because it never misses.
Mm-hmm.
And he stumbles a little bit and makes it to the stairs.
Not that I get to see that.
Yeah, so you pass out. You're not
Yeah.
like completely unconscious, because when you are incapacitated is the mechanical term. You simply can't make any like skill checks. You can't take any like specific actions. You are still conscious if you want to be, but you are just so entirely drained of of energy that you basically like sag against the walls of the pilot's, you know, control deck. And yeah, so you don't see it obviously because you like collapse with the spyglass in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the missile hits him, and he makes it below decks.
Okay.
And the rest of you can see that the ship has he managed to cut the angles of the air screws enough to tighten this angle, and so right now he is sort of getting farther away from the firing zone of your guys' cannons as he's coming around. So what does everybody want to do sort of in this like liminal time? The 4 Sash Bearers are working to repair Borwin's pretty serious injuries. There are 2 dead little Fodderling boys, and then I assume Hart and Colic are manning the guns. Mrs. Nesgrin is running around helping people do things.
I'm gonna go just dump the carcasses over the side.
All right. So
How long does it seem like we have? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You heave the 2 bodies over the edge.
As I notice her doing that, I tell her to wait a second, and I cut one of the wings off of one.
All right. So yeah, mark in your trappings a Fodderling bat wing.
Celine is just very much like, no.
Celine is like, she like
the teeth.
over the corner of her eyes.
I hear
like,
that, I grin a little bit.
It's not very loud because I assume
Yeah.
she's just so out of it. It's like, no, don't. Is she very?
So Rosette will call out to everybody on board and basically gives the ultimatum of, with the angle he is like making, we can probably outrun him if we just gun it in a straight line to where we're going, because the ship is damaged, it can't maneuver very well, or we can cut our own sort of angle, try to align the guns and engage in ship to ship combat.
Oh.
Celine offers up a third option.
Yeah, and she kind of like pats the air at you. She's like, "It's okay, Celine. We'll figure something out for your book."
Ow!
But she does seem pleased that you are not grabbing her collar and headbutting her.
So the options are to either try and go in and get him, or
Yeah, basically
make
you could either like just continue full steam ahead, use the fact that he overshot by a long ways to get a good distance away, or cut either towards him or your own like reverse angle to bring the guns to bear on the airship.
well, I can't do anything, and we lost our only person who would be good for doing any sort of real ranged combat outside of the guns. So my thought is, if we want to get him, we use the guns.
There's still things you can do, but Celine is very much muttering very quietly, trying to like complain about the book and call out to Lillian.
Yeah, and so like Lillian's right next to you.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
moved up to you.
Because there's things that can get you up on the peril condition track, right? Drugs?
Yeah, like smelling salts can
Yeah,
do it instantly.
I guess how much it gives you? Just the one, though, right?
Yeah, it just bumps her up to 1.
Yeah, I'll give her my smelling salts.
All right, and you gain a corruption from that.
That's perfectly fine. Celine
Um,
likes corruption.
Yeah,
And
so
I hold you in my arms as I give you my smelling salts, and I say, "That was very unpredictable of you to do that."
Don't make this weird. I
Don't
did
make
it for
this
the
weird.
book. She'll pick up the scope, but she's gonna watch for him the whole time.
yeah, so through the scope, all you really see are little Fodderlings like scurrying back and forth, sort of over the deck and
Yeah.
and out the hole. Occasionally they'll like take wing to like land somewhere else on the on the airship. But big orc boy nowhere to be seen.
That's fine.
And you see again the ship is sort of like turning this angle to come back around.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I hope he has to come back up on top to actually do things, or just spin.
So it's not like spinning in place.
Yeah, I know, but like come around, because we can easily avoid it then.
Yeah,
so if he's not piloting, it's not a problem.
Yeah, so like right now it's like this. I'm sort of. Oh, I really messed that up. But like it's like this big arc here, as he has set the ship right now to basically make a big swoop, from going counterclockwise around you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are correct in the idea that if he wanted to do something to change that, he would probably have to come back up at some point.
Yeah, let's just keep on the thing and rip the ship apart with our guns.
Yeah. So. And Celine, like, if you ever try and leave, like, Celine is, like, holding on to you, like, stay here.
I'm gonna I'm gonna clip you to me.
Yeah, because she doesn't have a clip at all. It's, like, still stuck to the tower. Celine will, grab your hand after that and, like, put it on your shoulder, and she's like, don't let go. And if I need your assistance with casting, just help, basically. Kind of channel through her.
Yeah, that'll be wild, just like divine and arcane magic.
So.
Okay, so the 4 other Sash Bearers will take Borwin below decks, and they'll put him up in a cot to heal, and they'll come back up, and they kind of look to you guys as what's her face? Rosette. She's like, okay, we're gonna engage. Then I need to know, do you want me to swing a reverse angle, and we will come about with the guns to bear at a greater range? It'll take longer, or we can swing the same angle, bring the guns about faster, but be at a closer range.
Celine, because I assume Celine hasn't said anything, so I assume no one knows what is going on. Celine will say, keep your distance. He has gone under deck. If he comes up again, because he's going to go in circles, he's not controlling it. It's like an autopilot. If he comes up again, I'm going to shoot him. So we have advantage because he can't do as much. So it's best to keep our range right now.
And the rest of you with firearms, go line up on the side to where if he does come out onto deck, we'll call fire, and if nothing else, we might be able to spook him back under deck.
All right.
She will also say, after Lillian does that, she's like, someone go to my room and grab me in a box. There are some silver darts. I need 7 more.
Jolie immediately volunteers.
We basically came to a screeching halt to keep him from smashing into us.
So you guys are actually traveling backwards right now. So the airship is sort of slowly going.
So since we're going pretty slow, we should be able to turn pretty sharply right now.
So she can like flip the air screws in reverse directions and sort of spin.
Yeah, point us straight at him and just head straight for him. Just follow him.
So that's kind of counter to what Lillian and
or at least what Nate wanted.
So it's counter to what Celine kind of suggested.
Point the gun at his ship.
So Jolie goes down and gets 7 darts, comes back up, hands them to Lillian and says, "It's so brave what you did. I hope we can finally get him."
Do you mean Celine? Because you said Lillian.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Celine. She hands the darts to Celine. Says, it's so brave.
I think it was pretty brave too. I think it was.
Captain, point the cannon at his ship.
And yeah, so
That's fine, just don't get close.
Yeah, she looks to Hart and then looks at Celine, and you can see that she has clearly made her mind up to listen to Hart and not Celine. Sort of after.
As long as she doesn't get close, that's all Celine cares about.
Yeah. So she flips one of the. Okay, let me see if I get this right again. If this was pushing forward. Okay, so she flips this one forward. And so that begins pushing the airship almost like stationary in the air, but rotating, yeah. And pretty quickly is able to start tracking with the front of the ship.
Yeah, because if he's not very agile, we should be able to stay right behind
Yeah,
him.
and so like it's basically you're shooting a moving target from your point of reference, because he's like, again, carving this arc through the air. And so it's going to be a little harder to hit, because you guys firing the guns are going to have to lead, and you're sort of going to have to be working in tandem with Rosette as she is adjusting the speed at which you are rotating, because she sort of controls the gross angle, and you guys are the very fine angle for
the sexy angle.
Yeah, for firing. So you guys, yeah, again, like basically pirouetting, almost motionless in air, tracking this airship that's getting farther and farther away on this big arc. So the two of you, if you would like, can make your warfare attacks with -20, as these are ranging shots to get a sense of airspeed and angle. So yeah, both of you let loose huge cannon blast reports. Both shells sail forward, but unfortunately fall pretty far short. And so your lead is not enough. And so you communicating with Rosette, shouting back and forth and up and down from the crow's nest, give her some direction, and
Chase him, Captain.
And so then you both reload, get a chance to make another warfare shot at -10 as you're ranging in, getting a feel for it.
Bitch.
And so both, again, Nabeen fires, and the shell like prematurely detonates at like the top of the parabola as like a squib round or something. And Hart, you have overcorrected and fire your round clear in front, and you don't even see it explode because it explodes so far behind the airship as it passes forward. And so at this point, it is coming back around and getting closer to you guys. And so it is carving again this arc, coming around, beginning to bear down closer. You reload again, able to make a regular warfare attack for each of you.
Hey.
That's a hit.
Celine
Also
will
a
just
hit.
Nice. Celine will just very calmly say, "Avoid it," as she's just watching and waiting.
And so you're telling Rosette to move?
They're just like to avoid it if it gets too close.
Okay.
So,
Oh, like to avoid getting rammed?
just don't
Yeah.
get hit. Don't let them get too close, because the things will start coming at us again. If you care about your ship, the best thing you can do is keep your distance, because it is going to go in circles.
Yeah, so you guys both fire. Nabeen's shell bursts directly above the envelope, shredding the fabric, setting it ablaze. Hart's shot. Actually, can I have both of you roll a d6 real quick? Perfect. Yeah, so those are perfectly acceptable. Yeah, so both of you hit with your cannon fire, Nabeen's shot lighting the envelope ablaze, Heart's round exploding just like right against the hole, sending splinters and boards going everywhere. You see a few flaming Fodderlings go falling out of the airship from various places where the shells hit. And it is again increasing, it basically heading right for you now as it's completing this arc. And Rosette has it pointed directly at it coming. So you're almost like nose to nose now as he's coming towards you.
Please tell me we're backing up at least.
So yeah, this is where Rosette is going to say,
oh my God.
We can make another shot or we can move.
Move.
Yeah, I want to tell her to like reverse in a way that when he passes us, like reverse and start turning, so that when he passes by us again, we can chase right behind him. Because we're gonna be way more agile than he is.
Okay.
So if we can stay on his tail, we can keep blasting at him.
Okay,
Celine
so
will
she
just respond to that. Don't chase.
So yeah, she throws it in reverse, angling one of them a little bit so you're not backing like straight away, but you're kind of doing like a 3-point turn sort of thing to like come around as he's coming forward. And so that immediately ruins both the angle that you guys had, and the sort of calculations you were making in terms of like approach and everything. And so again, that same idea as this big airship sort of swoops at rapid speed in front of you. And right as it is like basically perfectly perpendicular to you guys,
Oh God.
you hear a roaring scream from inside. It echoes through this like pockmarked hole, and from this like exposed hole in the deck of the airship, the orc bursts out, wings flared, just like bellowing about his brood and his beautiful children. I see Nate making the gesture.
Do I have a chance to launch this cannon shot at him?
Yeah, so Hart, you can make a warfare -30. And Celine, you can make your magic missile.
She will pull the magic missile and be like, "Focus, Lillian," and then she'll like do the incantation. So, because she wants the assistance, yeah. Because I'm gonna need it, yeah. Come on, incantation.
What was that, Nabeen?
I said, am I still able to shoot? Because if not, I will shoot at the ship still.
Yeah, so you... Alright, so let me answer Nabeen's question first, and then we will address what exactly just happened. So it is too close for the mortar. But you can see over the envelope. You could line up a shot with your pistol at him as he like comes roaring out of this hole, bellowing like mad, screaming about his brood and his children. You can make a ranged attack. So Celine,
I get hit by my own magic missile.
Yeah, so roll the damage for that.
11. That's honestly not bad.
Not terrible. It also knocks you prone, I'm pretty sure.
No, anything. I drop whatever's in my hands just outside of easy reach, which would probably be the telescope, which I don't think I need at this point.
Yeah.
But
awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna call when it becomes clear that the spell isn't gonna happen. I'm gonna call for all of the other guys who I told to have their guns prepped and be like, fire!
Oh yeah, they were up front. I forgot to
that could have been worse. I almost went to the next level of damage. one more point was all it needed.
Sorry. Borwin is below decks, but these guys are. They were sort of prepped and ready.
At least he's hurting.
And so everybody except for Halal, who like knows how to use a gun, sort of screams out in terror as this huge monstrosity bursts from the shadows. And so let's see. Jolie fires, not with those dice.
Oh.
Jolie fires and fucking just whips
Oh,
it.
Jolie.
Halora fires, doesn't know how to use a gun and misses. And finally, Halal.
Please tell me he hits.
Ooh, that does hit.
Thank God.
So also Nabeen hit too. So
Oh, nice. Nabeen.
There's this like concerted volley fire from the front and the crow's nest of the ship. The cracking and smoking of gunshots as this thing is just like screaming bloody murder, is pockmarked with a few bullet holes, makes a giant flap with its wings, and then like falls limp in the air between the two airships and plummets to the ground.
We did it.
Wayne just looks up at
Nice
fucking
jerk.
Rosetta. Stop the ship.
Yeah, so you guys are currently like reversing, and as you know, the monster disappears from sight, the airship continues on its parabolic arc through the air away from you. And so yeah, Rosette will throw it into neutral or whatever to arrest the motion of the ship.
Super mega reverse.
What was that?
It's a super mega reverse.
Yeah, so like anti-reverse, which is sometimes called forward.
Sounds fake.
And yeah, so then you can look over the edge and see this huge figure like disappearing into the gravity, and the airship just barreling away on
And
its
Hart
circle.
jumps over the side with his sword
doing
pointing
a
down like Link.
plunging attack.
Yeah.
You take less fall damage when you do that.
Plunging attack's the most reliable move in the game.
And with that, the three sash bearers up there with Hart and Colic all sort of exchange terrified glances, looking over the edge to make sure it's dead. Celine has like a bruise on her face from where her magic missile backfired into her.
Yep. Sweating profusely.
Yeah, just like absolutely exhausted.
Reload real quick and scramble down to where everyone else is.
Yeah. And that sort of concludes the threat of the ghost ship that you approached in air. You can still see it sort of going off into the distance in this big circular pattern. And
Until one day it fails.
yeah. And yeah, so a few people got kind of roughed up. Borwin and Colic are wounded, bloodied.
Can I make decisions?
Yeah, so you guys can all sort of like congregate on the deck here. Jolie has a pretty serious looking wound on her leg from where she got bit. And then besides Nate exhausting and hurting Celine, I don't think any of you... Did any of you...
I got
you
hit.
got bit, yeah. Yeah, so heal checks. You could do a heal check for sort of caring for the group. Someone will assist you. I'm not going to really worry about who it is specifically, not that you need it.
Cool. I'll roll another one just in case.
Okay.
Got cool. I guess I can't take that, huh?
Yeah.
That's almost unfair. So that's like a success. Is that like so? That's one for everybody.
Yeah. So you can everybody basically communally bandages each other's wounds with the guidance of Lillian. Increasing.
Did I tell you about the time that I did tongue surgery?
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we were actually there. You told us about it. We were like, you told us about that like an hour after it happened.
It was truly a horrible experience.
Yeah. But yeah, Borwin has already been healed and is still pretty fucked up below decks. Pretty serious gashes in his chest and stomach area from the Fodderling bite. And Celine is still very tired after having fully exhausted more than her normal store of energy. And yeah, so the Rosette looks around at everybody, looks at the bumps and scrapes and claw marks in the wood of the airship. She goes about like checking the envelope for holes and slashes from claws and teeth and stuff like that, and finds a few, begins to sew them up with the help of Colic. And besides the blood and gore strewn bow of the airship, things pretty much fall back into normal as you steam away towards the north.
Nope. Celine said stop. If she's gonna start pushing.
So you guys, so
like, no.
The airship is motionless as they tend to the the repairs and everything. It takes an hour or two from the healing and the stitching of the envelope and everything. And then Rosette comes down with Colic. And sort of looks to Celine, looks at Hart, Nabine, Lillian, the other three. She's like, all right, what's the plan?
Celine is going to say, and she very begrudgingly says this as she bites her lip and it bleeds. She's like, we should try and find the body first and salvage what we can from it for research and shit to deal with all this, and then my book. And she doesn't even look at like anybody. She's like staring at the ground right now.
Yeah, so the three companions. This is
Hart walks
probably
over to Celine, and he pulls the bat wing out of his bag, and he says, "I got this for you."
She'll just kind of take it and hold it and just doesn't say anything, but
maybe
she'll kind of hold it
a
close.
Solitary hidden tear
Maybe,
down
yes.
her cheek. I was gonna say the three companions. This is probably like the most vulnerable that you've ever seen Celine, because she is like, basically asking everyone, we should postpone our mission over hostile territory to both check on this presumably dead bat orc and try and find my lost book.
I'm gonna root around on the quarterdeck until I can find the ship's log, and then I'm gonna take that and I'm just gonna drop it on her. Stop whining about books. You should have thought of that.
It's not how it works, Ned. It's
other than the hit on the head, she doesn't respond. Like the slight drop of her head as it hits her, she doesn't respond.
I'm like, I know that's not how it works, but we have a mission to complete and a job to do. If the book was that damn important, she should have had it tied to herself.
I wonder if that would happen with God. Would you go 3 miles? Just
It's like tied to her wrist and just tears her arm off.
yeah, just fucking wrenches it.
Right.
I mean, if she wouldn't have to be holding it at that point, she could just drop it. And...
So Hart.
I mean, due to the fact of that
Celine-
is, I don't think the rope would hold it. I think it would still launch it.
Yeah, it just throws it.
But
So Hart, you're like patting yourself down, and you feel in like one of the like joints of your armor, there is a Fodderling tooth just like lodged in there. Didn't pierce your skin or anything, but you are able to take this tooth out.
I say, I knew this armor would be good, and I hand the tooth to Celine.
she'll just kind of like let it cusp in the wing. So.
The better question, perhaps at least the more practical one, is do you think you can actually find your book again if we were to go find it?
Yeah, so Rosette sort of agrees. She's like, okay, you know, let's take stock of the situation. And she looks at Celine. She's like, I know, obviously, this was a very important book. I'm literally no concept of what this means to you. But like, do you know where it is? And you can make an incantation, just like a flat regular check, to sense your spell book in the Winds of Magic. It's very unique, you know, personal signature.
She will reach over and, cause can I get an assistance from Lillian from this?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I will reach over. She doesn't say anything, just grabs her hand and kind of plants it on her head, and just says like "help," and then starts like focusing.
Just want to say that this is adorable. This is like the cutest little help action.
Yay!
Yeah, so you guys like Asari mind meld really quickly.
Yeah.
Everything
Everything disappears. Everything goes black.
Yeah, so it's like
Feel it like a pinprick in the distance.
yeah, this like pure, just like, you know, full perception in the Winds of Magic and nothing on the material plane. You know, the brief vertigo of like, oh shit, am I still standing on the airship? And like way off in the distance, you feel that like little pinprick candle light of the book. Obviously it's at like an angle because it's on the ground now, but you can pretty reliably compass yourself to its direction.
Okay, so she will like hesitate as she kind of focuses, and then she'll gently nod her head, and then in response to her question, she's like, "You love your airship, right?"
And Rosette's kind of like taken aback. She's like, well, yeah, I mean, the airship to me is like the ultimate freedom, right? Like the expression of my reason to live.
And still looking at the ground, she's like, "So you would die for your ship?"
And she's like, I mean, I would certainly make every effort to protect my ship. And she kind of like begins to sense where you're going with it. And she's like, so this book, are you saying that, you know, maybe this book is kind of like your airship?
She'll kind of like slowly look up at her and lock eyes with her. Probably more.
And
But yes.
She nods her head, and you can tell that like the gears have turned, and she's like, all right, Celine, I may regret this a lot, but if everybody else agrees, obviously your companions, and you look over and you see the three non-wounded other sash bearers are sort of nodding their heads. You know, we'll check on whatever that horrible monster was, make sure it's put down for good, and then we will track your spell book and get it back.
She'll nod.
Do we have like a ladder, like a rope ladder we can throw over the side so we don't have to?
You
like,
are
completely
hundreds
land?
of feet in the air.
No, I mean, can she like bring
Oh.
us down though?
Yeah. So you will see that she kind of makes preparation to put the airship down, almost like just like straight down. Let's jump back to our maps real quick.
Oh boy.
Because this is going to be probably a little important.
And while we're looking at this and getting stuff brought down, I do want to tell Rosette, like, if you need to put anything down in your reports, you can go ahead and say, hey, a highly dangerous magical artifact fell from the ship and we needed to retrieve it.
Yeah. And she'll be like, yeah, I mean, that makes pretty good sense.
For the sake of what that orc is and may have, this is something I believe the woodsman would definitely approve of.
A good portion
For the
of
sake
reason
of the
we came.
orcs.
Yeah. Yeah, and Rosette is like, oh yeah, I forgot about that creepy woman at Fort Bodeswell. You're probably right, I suppose. For the sake of our mission, we can easily argue that this is necessary.
Thanks, Rosie. Claps on the back.
Yeah, so from Fort Bodeswell here on this far left map, you guys traced this kind of curving trajectory, and ended up basically right here, where the end of the line was. And then obviously you like did some flips and flops and whatever in your airship battle. And so thinking of where, if I'm picturing the airship in the direction that it flew, the book is going to be like over here. That little yellow dot.
I really gotta zoom in because you made that real tiny.
Yeah, so
In the ocean.
Okay.
so
No,
I'll
it's
make
not.
I'll make it like a little star kind of shape.
Yeah.
Which map is it on?
On the far left
The,
or far right
it's
map. Sorry,
currently
far right
Right
map.
right at the end of the red arrow. If you zoom in, like
Yeah.
190. So.
Yeah, so you'll put down the airship basically like right here at the end of the yellow arrow, and then trek to get the spell book from there. And so Rosie, she angles both of the air screws so they're pointing vertical to start like pushing the airship down. And she orders Colic to go and let out some of the lifting gas from some of the pockets in the envelope. So he goes up there and does some controlled degassing, and the airship begins to descend to the ground. And you are pretty much very close to where you downed the bat orcs. He obviously fell. If we look at our sort of,
How much is 100 feet of fall damage?
it's a lot. So again, if you look at this, like, freaking, what is the word I'm looking for? Climate is not the right word. Like environment map, or like the map that shows you what.
Topography.
Yeah, but it's not topography because it's whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. You guys are in this kind of like plains area, and so he fell into some, maybe like a small scattered forest or sparse trees or whatever, and so it's not immediately visible from the air where he landed.
It won't be hard to find him once we get
Physical
closer.
map?
I can witch sight.
Yes,
Like he's got
physical map.
magical shit.
So. And so the descent will take probably about an hour of slowly going down.
Yeah, but it is a very good movie, so it's worth
yeah.
the hour.
Yep. Letting out some of the lifting gas, air screws pushing you down to the ground.
Blind cannibals eating you.
This is beautiful. Whoever drew this, good work.
It was teamwork.
It was actually teamwork. Yeah,
Nice.
It was, a few of us.
I like
Good
that.
Oh,
job.
that is very good. I like that.
Sick. And so is there anything that anybody wants to address or do as you are drifting to the ground?
If we have an hour, I would like to do my blessing of the
Oh, yeah,
sacrament.
your ritual? Sure.
Yeah.
So tell me how that works.
So and this is a weird thing, and you could tell me like if this is sort of what you think.
As long
So
as
it
it's
says
cool. I'm
in
pretty
order
cool
to-
with it.
In order to do the blessing, it says I need holy water, but one of the sacrament's actions is create holy water.
Ah,
which
the classic
seems-
bootstraps analogy.
Yeah, it seems a little bit silly. So I was wondering, it's like, assuming that I have my holy relic.
You would have holy water for sure, because that would be part of what Phineas would have had, in terms of like magical reagents and stuff. You know, water blessed in the name of the God Emperor, or various deities.
Cool. So what I want to do is, I want to consecrate the holy symbol that I've got, which my original one I've sort of replaced with sort of like a wood carving of a wolf's head.
Sure.
That I've been
You're
using.
a witcher, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a witcher now.
Yeah.
And I want to start spending an hour basically like in prayer to this. So like I find like a dark corner of the underbelly of the ship with just like one candle going, and I'm basically just like praying until I can cool the air around me enough to put the candle out.
All right.
And at the end of it, like with a couple of drops of holy water on the symbol, I'm able to convert it into a true holy symbol.
All right.
Which whenever I use that now, whenever I channel power, I do not take. I ignore up to 1 corruption from channeling power.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
That's sick.
The thing that's weird is that I don't know if I can do this like again. Like if I could make another one for like another caster or something like that. Obviously not right now in the hour, but like just sort of down the line. I do have to make a check for it though. See
okay.
It shouldn't be terribly hard, but I actually am not super great at magic.
That's fair.
So I make an incantation check. And I get a +10.
Ooh. Hey, that's good. You did it.
So I do that, and I make my true holy symbol. So in my mind, it like, the air sort of freezes over for a second, and this thing is now just like, it's just wood, but it's always cool to the touch.
Yeah, like this blessed, like almost like the water like lacquers it or whatever and makes it pretty and shiny and super cold. Yeah, that's awesome. For sure.
For sure. Yeah. And so in the future, in order to do some of these other things, I'm going to need to get we have some glass vials with us, don't we, Nate?
Oh yeah.
I have jars.
Yeah, Celine would have vials and jars, and in the airship you would have had some miscellaneous like alchemy stuff and everything.
Yeah. So when we have more downtime in the future, I can spend that like creating holy. I can infinitely create.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is like makes sense because you're like a priest.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it here, but I also, whenever we get back to like any kind of like base, I can actually do a ritual of dedication, and I can dedicate a site, a building, or an object to our religion, which is like any threshold or cornerstone prevents abyssal creatures from trespassing, and it also gets rid of the ability for us to be like charmed and stuff like that by demons.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's like it's like a thing that I wouldn't expect to come up in the area. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
I could do that to the airship, but that seems like it might be cheating.
I mean, I think it would be rad.
A mobile,
Yeah.
dedicated airship.
Obviously,
Oh, yeah.
it'll take some, maybe some convincing, some materials, and some time. But I think you could make a holy airship. That would be freaking sick.
Just like do some carvings, like wood carvings all
Yeah.
throughout of just
Give
like
it-
axes and
Give it a wolf's head, like forward figure.
That would be rad.
It's the beginning of the Pope Mobile.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is my Pope Mobile.
Hart
Yeah.
wants to, in this hour, practice his new werewolf transfer. I mean, he wants to sharpen his sword.
Yeah. So
I'm just
weapon
gonna clean and
maintenance.
sharpen my sword, because it's very important to me.
Sure.
And I
From his waifu.
do My guns.
I'm not even the Witcher class. And there basically is one.
Yeah, there is the hexer. Yeah. So.
Celine will go off in a corner.
Oh, I was gonna say something. Speaking of corners.
Oh.
So when you finish your ritual, Lillian, you
Speaking of corners.
you bless the whole thing and everything, and then sort of from behind you hear like a little like shiver, and Borwin's voice from a little farther to the side in the hold with you. He's like, I don't know much about this stuff, but you're making me awful cold, Lily.
I'm sorry about that. It's just my heart.
and he's like, I mean, I guess, you do your holy thing, and I think it's pretty cool, but I just sort of woke up and didn't know what was going on.
Sorry about that. I tried to get away from people, but there's not a whole lot of extra air in here, and I needed the quiet away from all the rushing wind.
Yeah. So, I love that. So yeah,
If you ever want to worship a wolf god, just let me know. I'm now recruiting.
yeah, and Borwin will be like, maybe I could use some religion. After this, he like motions to his like blood-soaked clothing. He's like, maybe a little help from above could do me some good.
Yeah, we'll give you some help from above, and we'll do some prayers, and then we'll make sure you get to some help down here that you need to
Oh,
pull out some more bandages.
Yeah,
like
and
alcohol.
he kind of like sleepily nods his head and drifts back off to sleep. Yeah, so with some like minor adjustments of the air screws and everything, Rosette expertly puts the airship down in like a clearing in this sparse like kind of forested, mostly rolling hills area leading towards the northern coast of the Lost Provinces. And that is probably the perfect place for us to stop for tonight, because I did not plan for any of this to happen. So I will need to do some thinking and some writing and stuff like that for this little side jaunt that I'm really digging and I think is awesome.
You're welcome.
And you're welcome.
Yeah. So that was the grand airship battle, Wings of Ruin, the title we stole from Monster Hunter. And
That's
sweet.
the full title, by the way.
So
Wings of Ruin, comma, the title we stole from Monster Hunter.
Since many of us are so close, are we getting any?
Yes. So
points
you
from
will
this?
you will all get 300 RP from this.
100. Hot damn.
For
Finally.
killing a boss and its minions, allegedly killing a boss, killing a lot of its minions.
If we get to kill it again, do we get
You get another 300.
Go down there. He's like, decap.
Yeah, just like coup de grace, another 300 RP.
This is like the classic, like, if it's worth XP, it dies.
Yeah, we have to kill it. Yeah, so the airship touches down the crew prepares to venture out into the wilderness for Celine's lost spellbook and to recover the corpse of the fallen orc's bat. This has been an episode of Scarlet Sash Stories, brought to you by Fiends and Friends, who is us 5 plus a few other people who play with us and make shows with us.
And you, if you join our Discord.
Exactly. So we have a Discord. Our command in this channel right now produces our Patreon link, which has the links to our other social media. So don't, we're not forcing anybody or trying to convince anybody to donate to the Patreon. Unless you want to and are able to, we would super appreciate it.
If we had the ability to force you,
we might. Yeah.
I posted links.
Thank you so much. And yeah, this has been in partnership with the Zweihander RPG people at Grim and Perilous Studios. They're freaking awesome. Daniel for giving us this opportunity. All the people who write amazing things, like Ignacio, who writes for Grim and Perilous and
He's
plays
awesome.
with us sometimes. And yeah, so check us out. We have 2 other shows that we're currently doing. We usually do a Saturday show of the world's most popular role-playing game. We will not be doing that tomorrow, but we will probably be doing that next Saturday. We also have an ongoing show called Fleeting Fiends, which is a rotating system show of one-shots. And so we do 2 sessions of a given system to try it out, have some fun, play some new things. Our current system is Mass Effect 5th Edition, which is a conversion of the Mass Effect world and lore and mechanics into the 5th edition of the world's most popular role-playing game.
Sick.
It is super cool. We did a session of that this last Wednesday. We will be doing the second session of that this coming Wednesday. It's very fun.
A lot of violence in that game.
It is just like the crunchiest war game. Really enjoying that. And yeah, so check us out on those shows. Those go to our actual Fiends and Friends Twitch channel, which you can find at twitch.tv/Fiends and Friends. And yeah, so that's about all I got. I'm Hunter, your gracious DM, joined today by my friends Nathan, Topher, Cody, and Chris. They're all amazing, excellent role players, great friends. And we will see all of you on Wednesday at twitch.tv/Fiends and Friends for Fleeting Fiends. Thank you so much for watching. I am actually going to remember that I can raid from this channel. Is Shane streaming? He's
Probably
not.
not.
Oh, he
Probably
is.
not.
No, he is.
Oh, I'm surprised.
All right. We're going to raid. Oh, can I not raid from this channel?
What have you done?
I'm just not cool enough.
Am I not cool enough?
Poor Hunter.
Oh, I can't.
Wow.
Wah, wah. Darn it.
Wow.
I will petition Daniel for the ability to raid from this channel.
That's funny. That'll be
You
interesting.
do not have permission to perform this action. Darn it. All right. Well, thank you again for watching. We had a blast. We hope you enjoyed it. And have a wonderful night. See ya.
Right.
Bye.
And